Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, this is Montana State Bobcat Basketball, brought to you by Bridger Brewing. Cheers to every journey being better than the last. Door Tech, raising the door on quality. Montana State University, mountains and mines. And by Prime Lending, home loans made simple, equal housing lender. Live from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth, here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Galogly.
Well, we've got some Thanksgiving Eve hoops at the Brick tonight as Montana State tries to get back in the win column against UC Riverside. Hello, everybody. My name is Keaton Galogly. A pleasure to be with you today, joined by Brian Prevey sitting to my right. Brian, here we go. Beautiful week of hoops. Bobcats in the second of their 3 games at home this week, coming off that tough loss against Green Bay, but a great test today against UC Riverside.
Yeah, tremendous test. UC Riverside's going to be a fighter contender in the Big West Conference. They had a great year a year ago and bring back a lot of guys. They've got a pretty veteran ball club, so should be a really good measuring stick for this Bobcat club.
And for Montana State, it's going to be up and down through this non-conference as they figure out their rotation. They're still dealing with injuries with Eddie Turner and Pat McMahon out. Maybe we see Eddie Turner on Sunday, but to be determined. And really for Montana State, you know, we knew this team was going to be or have an identity of knocking down the 3 ball. The last 2 games, that really hasn't been the case. They went 4 for 24 against Cal. They went 7 for 35 with a 1-point loss against Green Bay. Those shots have got to fall if they're going to start getting some dubs.
Without question. I mean, this is a team that's built around having good shooters. They have good shooters. They've just not been on a hot streak yet. You kind of feel like it's any moment. You know, they're right there. They're getting good looks. A lot of times the hard thing for good shooting teams is getting good looks because teams know you're a good shooting team, so they're going to come after you and try and take it away. But Cats have been getting some good looks, just haven't quite found the rhythm yet. Hopefully tonight's the night they break out.
Yeah, no doubt. They were missing some open shots in that last game. But the positive here right now for Montana State is just the heart and how hard they are playing right now. I mean, that was a grueling game against Green Bay, missing all the shots that they were, but the effort, the energy, the tenacity was there, and that's something you can control when the shots aren't falling.
100%. Yeah, you've got to control that even if the shots are falling, but it's an awful good indicator of the heart of this ball club that they're going to lay it on the line regardless of what's going on as far as balls going through the net. I really like the fact, too, that there were multiple times the other night where they were down 6, 7, 8, and you thought, I don't know, and then, bam, they're right back in it. And obviously the last minute 17, down 7 with a minute 17 to go 7-0 to finish. Rob Ford keyed that. They just found a way to get that in overtime and just couldn't quite finish.
Yeah, Ford's numbers and line in that game were truly impressive. 26 points that matched a career high, his most ever against a D1 opponent. He had 13 rebounds, so he's averaging 7.5 boards per game now. That's second most in the nation for players under 6'3". And on top of that, he had 7 steals, which was 1 off the single-game program record. Chris Conway had 8 steals against Louisiana Tech on December 3rd, 1987. He had 7 field goals, 5 threes, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. We talked about in the pregame on Monday night that he needs to be the heart and soul of this defense of the team right now with the injuries they have, and that's exactly what we saw from him.
Yeah, and I think going into the season we knew Rob would do that on the defensive end. That's really what he did a year ago in a backup role. But what you saw on Monday night was a guy who says, you know what, my team's down a couple guys. Someone's got to step up. I'm the senior. I'm going to make that happen. And he just took his game to a level, honestly, I've seen him play in 30, 40 games. So have you, right? And he just brought it. I mean, every play that had to be made. And the stuff that doesn't even show up in the box score. He took 2 charges, deflections, loose ball. It was inspirational. It was a fantastic performance.
Yeah, it really was. And on top of that, he drew 8 fouls in that game, which speaks to some of the charges you were talking about. So that was a lot of fun to watch. But, like you said on Monday, when you have these types of injuries, when the depth gets tested like this, kind of get one game, but now this is the reality, and you're going to have to find a way to get some wins.
100%. And you've got to figure out, how are we going to do that, right? We came into the season. Here was the game plan. Wow, things have shifted. Okay, what's the new game plan? What's the new identity for this ball club? I'll cover it keys to the games, but I think they're going to have to do some things to just overcome their lack of depth. They're going to have to mix some things up. they're not going to be able to play 40 minutes of man defense. Like, they don't have the depth to do that. So what is that going to be? Is that going to be pressing? Is that going to be zone? Is that going to be trapping? Like, you're going to do things to make the other team uncomfortable, to create a few more turnovers, to make them rush a shot so you can get that defensive rebound. Like, you just have to do something a little bit different. If you know, it's like the definition of insanity, right? Like, if you just keep doing the same thing, I don't know if that's going to be what you want to get out of your results.
Yeah, I feel like this year is going to be like a basketball junkies year in that, you know, we're going to see so many different ebbs and flows. You know, this is really going to test Matt Logie and his staff on how you're trying to piece these things together, and it's going to be something where, you know, if you're just looking at box scores or stats at the end of the year or once a week, you're not going to see things change, and it's going to be a challenge to find who fits in what role and how this identity stands tall. Game to game, week to week, it'll be a little bit different. And ideally, by the time we get into Big Sky play in January and February, it's a little more, you know, settled. But it's going to be really fascinating to watch how this all ebbs and flows.
Yeah, it really is. And the other thing that these guys are going to do a great job of and have to do a great job of is really just the mental side of things. For players, you know, their friend's sitting over there with a boot on, their friend's sitting over there with a concussion, and they look at those guys and say, hey, those guys could help us win. How are we going to win without them? And as a staff, your job is obviously the X's and O's and getting that done, but it's also the psychology behind that, like getting guys to believe and say, we can do this in spite of the obstacles that we face, and then we can do it again and again and again. And I think one of the keys off of that is finding a way to get a win right now. Like, they need to get a quick win in these next couple of games that says, okay, we're going to be all right. The sky's not falling. Chicken Little's not here. Let's go, and let's find how we're going to go forward throughout the year.
Yeah, the shine of the Cal game will dissipate quickly. Well, let's look at what is in front of Montana State and break down this opposing team, the UC Riverside Highlanders, and see why they're going to be in hot water today. Brought to you by Mountain Hot Tub. Mountain Hot Tub is Montana's largest hot tub dealer since 1979. Your authorized hot spring spa dealer with locations in Bozeman, Butte, and Helena. This is a UC Riverside team that just won 74-68 yesterday against Green Bay. Never trailed in that game. What are we going to see from the Highlanders?
Yeah, I think you're going to see multiple offense, multiple defense. This is a team that's really spurred by their point guard play. Their guards are really good. In fact, their front line is good and their guards are good. You know who that reminds me of? A certain Bobcat team the last 2 years where you had unbelievable point guard play and then you had those bigs, and that's a little bit what this Riverside team is. I don't think they've got a Jabril Bello type guy walking in the gym, but their guard play is fantastic. Their point guard is among the top 40 in the country in assists. This is a team that's built around, you know, their exterior interior play, and they're gonna have to play off that to get a sweep up here in Bozeman.
Yeah, number 3, Isaiah Moses, coming off a 20-point performance last time out yesterday against Green Bay. He's a former JUCO All-American and averaging already over 4 assists per game. All right, we're going to take a break, but when we get back, we'll get into our Kendall Ford keys to the game, and we'll get you up to date on some of the other Bobcat happenings and some of the other Big Sky scores as well. There was another Brawl of the Wild today in volleyball. We'll tell you how that one turned out in the Volleyball Big Sky tournament earlier today. It's Montana State and UC Riverside. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union Building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
I wanted to put up a fence to protect my tomato plants. So I grabbed this, and then I did this. But instead of yielding a big crop, I hit a utility line and had to pay $1,200 in repairs. I didn't just lose my pride and joy, I could no longer afford the new stovetop I'd been saving up for. Next time, I'm going to make my free call to 811 before I dig.
Learn from Curry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Montana811.org. From our 1946 roots providing lumber for Yellowstone National Park to our current headquarters in Bozeman, we at Simpkins-Hallen believe in building the Gallatin Valley's future while continuing to honor its past. Contractors large and small benefit from our decades of experience and our extensive network of suppliers. We can source the materials you need, no matter the project. For all your building needs, go to where long-standing traditions have met with quality building products for over 75 years. Simpkins-Hallen, a Montana tradition among builders since 1946.
Are you too hot? Are you too cold? Did you know that you don't have to just deal with it? We at Ambient Air Solutions understand how important comfort plays on your emotions, health, and quality of life on a daily basis. Ambient Air Solutions offers 24/7 emergency service for residential and commercial clients. We also offer financing to help ease the financial stress and burden of a lifelong investment. Call Ambient Air Solutions at 406-577-1818 and leave it to the professionals. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
We are back in Bozeman today as we get set for Montana State and UC Riverside. I'm Keaton Galogly alongside Brian Preby as we get ready for our Prime Lending tip-off coming up at the top of the hour. All right, Brian, let's get into our Kendall Ford keys to the game. What are you looking for in this one?
I think without question, we talked about it a little bit last segment, but Montana State's got to mix things up. They're going to have to do some things to just create possessions. I think it involves some pressing, some zones, some just I don't think they're going to want to let Riverside settle into a rhythm, and I think it needs to start pretty early. I think you want to get Riverside uncomfortable, getting off to a good start with all the things going on. You know, a close loss the other night, down a couple bodies. Like, getting off to a good start is really, really important, and you can do that by just getting Riverside off balance by mixing it up. So I'm going to be paying a lot of attention to our defensive looks. Are we pressing? Are we doing different things early on? And what does that look like in terms of success? Secondly, we talked about it a little bit last Monday night, but there are two types of shooters in this game. There are shooters and there are makers. And right now we are shooting more than making. And there's just no other way to say it. We got to start making shots. Like, you cannot shoot 29% when you're a team that's built around being a good shooting team. I mean, this team has got great shooters in a lot of positions. They need to be shooting in the 35, 36, 37 range. And if they're doing that from three and about half their shots are coming from outside, that's going to make you really competitive and playing really good. But if you're not making shots, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So 53 points the other night in an overtime game. That's not what you're looking for. You're looking to be in the mid to high 60s or even 70s. And I think that comes down to just flat out making shots.
Yeah, and those shots that they were taking were open. There were a lot of open looks in that loss against Green Bay. And if they fall, things will change really fast.
Well, and it's so stupid to me how shooting is contagious.
Yeah.
Like, even the other night, right? Brian hits a couple threes in the middle of the second half, late to second half, and all of a sudden, boom, all of a sudden Rob hits a couple, and, you know, it just starts flowing, and guys see ball go through the net, and they're like, oh, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
It defies logic. It doesn't make sense, but it's true. Like, if you come out tonight and Tyler bangs one and all of a sudden Rob bangs one, all of a sudden we might go, you know, make 8 of 12 in the first half, and everybody's going to feel good about life. So the game's simple game. Put it through the rim, and everybody feels happy. Well, they need to do that a little bit more, because it's going to loosen up. It also takes a lot of pressure off your defense. Right now the defense has got, I mean, it had a lot of pressure on it last night. It played great. The defense was awesome, but that's a hard thing to do every single night.
Yeah, totally. It's going to be a roller coaster ride, so strap in and enjoy it. All right, we'll take another break. When we get back, we'll get you all the interesting scores after this timeout. It's Montana State and UC Riverside. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Rocky Mountain Credit Union has supported Montana State athletics for over 40 years and provides a local credit union for past, present, and future Bobcats. You can have it all with RMCU. Low rates, local banking, a place to start saving, or work on building your credit. Visit your local branch or online at rmcu.net to become a member today. That's rmcu.net. Go Bobcats!
All right, team, bring it in. We have 5 minutes left on the clock. We got to show them what we're made of. Woohoo! yeah! We need to focus. Every save counts, especially when it comes to fill-ups at Conoco.
What? Coach?
We're going to go back out there and save money when we fill up with the Fuel Forward app. So anytime from this day forward, whenever we're at a Conoco, we're going to use that app. Bring it in. Conoco on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Conoco! Let's go, Cats. Download the Fuel Forward app and save with every fill-up at Conoco. Proud sponsor of the Montana State Bobcats. The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
Montana Fence, located in Billings, Bozeman, Great Falls, and Kalispell, is Montana's largest fencing superstore. Get everything you need for your fencing projects at rock bottom pricing. Low prices on all styles of farm fence, chain link, vinyl privacy, ornamental iron, cedar pickets, continuous panels, wood privacy. We have it all. Quality materials at truckload prices. Let the experts at Montana Fence help you plan your next project. Whether you use our team or do it yourself, check out Montana Fence. Ready to reap a harvest of success? Look no further than the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Join forces with fellow growers in cultivating high-protein, soil-enriching pulses that nourish both land and livelihood. From lentils to chickpeas, we're talking about crops that pack a punch. By becoming a member, you'll gain insider insights, hands-on workshops, and a network of Pulse-passionate partners. Visit our website to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success, one pulse at a time.
We are back at the brick, getting set for Montana State and UC Riverside today. Bobcats coming in at 2-2. The Riverside Highlanders coming in at 2-3. All right, let's take a look at some scores. Let's start with another edition of the Brawl of the Wild tonight. Montana State volleyball had the University of Montana in the quarterfinals of the Big Sky Conference Tournament, and Montana State earned the win in sweeping fashion. They won all three sets, 25-20, 25-21, 25-21. Kira Thompson, once again, 13 kills, hit 308. As a team, the Bobcats hit 395, so they had a tremendous offensive day today as they sweep the Grizzlies. They also had 8 aces and only 5 errors, so they were outstanding. Their 20th win of the season. The 12 wins they had during the regular season was their most in the Big Sky in the 34 years of the conference history for that, and they are on to the semifinals tomorrow with a first serve at 7 o'clock. So with that, too, they do take a 2-game advantage in the all-time series with Montana. They are now 63-61. So very exciting win there for the volleyball team. Taking a look at some of the scores now from around the Big Sky and seeing what else is going on there. Seattle U is hosting Idaho today. Seattle U leads that one 54-24 at halftime. That is lopsided. Northern Colorado and Radford are down in Mexico. Northern Colorado lost 79-68, so they're 3-3 now. And then Sacramento State and Austin Peay today down in Southern California. Austin Peay won that one 74-71. Later today, Eastern Washington is at home looking for their first win of the year. They are 0-4. They host Walla Walla. That game tips with ours at 7 o'clock, and then we are the only other Big Sky game going on tonight. Bobcats' next opponent is Long Beach State on Sunday, and Long Beach State today played this afternoon. They lost to Louisiana 92-82. Brian, LBSU in this game gave up 18 makes on threes. So Louisiana went 18 of 37. That's an obscene number.
That is, I don't even know how to respond to that. You have zero chance to win a game if you give up 18 made threes. I mean, and that's kind of what I kind of think this Bobcat team is capable of. I think they're capable of having some of those nights, and obviously those will be good nights on our end.
Yeah, so LBSU now is 3-4 this season. They are picked second out of the Big West. This UC Riverside team was picked 7th out of the 11 teams, but they're coming off a 22-win season last year, and they were only one game back the league title a year ago. So two of the better Big West teams are invading the Brick today and Sunday, and for Long Beach State losing today, so they go to 3-4. But they do have that marquee win. They beat Michigan already. They beat the Wolverines 94-86. Marcus Sahonis had 35 points in that ball game, so they certainly have a high ceiling, and we'll see what they're bringing into the Brick next Sunday. All right, that's all the interesting scores we need to get into right now. We're going to take a break, and when we get back, we'll hear from head coach Matt Logie as we get set for our Prime Lending tip-off coming up at the top of the hour. It's Montana State and UC Riverside from the Brick today. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Bridger Brewing is home to award-winning locally crafted beer and pizza and is proud to support all things Bobcat sports. Open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, last beer served at 8 p.m. and located right across from the Brick Breeden Fieldhouse. Stop by after the game today to enjoy a cold pint of beer and a slice of made-from-scratch delicious pizza. Dine-in service and online ordering for takeout are both available. Check out BridgerBrewing.com and at Bridger Brewing on Instagram and Facebook. And stay tuned for updates on our newest adventure in Three Forks, Montana.
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Working from home has definitely put home projects into overdrive. New landscaping, gardens, patios, and fences. But if you're digging, you're contacting 811. Utility lines, including Northwestern Energy's, can be buried even just a few inches underground, and hitting one can be dangerous. The best way to keep you, the community, and your contractor crew safe is by having lines properly marked. Make your request online at least 2 full business days before you want to dig at call811.com.
We're back at the pregame show getting set for Montana State and UC Riverside today. I'm Keaton Galogly alongside head coach Matt Logie. All right, Coach. Robert Ford, what performance last time out. The 7 steals was one shy of the single-game program record here at Montana State. What do you see in his nose for the ball? How is he getting so many steals right now?
Well, Robert's one of those guys that just competes with such a high degree of passion and urgency and intensity that, he just kind of has a nose for the ball, and you see it. Obviously in the steals category, but also rebounding, deflections, the way that he, uses his athleticism to cover things up on the floor and pester ball handlers. So he's done a great job, all year at leading this group with a tremendous amount of heart and passion, and we certainly saw that on Monday.
Yeah, you mentioned the rebounding. He's got the second most rebounds per game for anybody under 6'3" in the country right now, which is pretty fun to watch. At the 3-point line right now, what are some of the things you guys got to do to get that shot to start falling a little bit after the last 2 games?
Just keep getting open ones. I mean, we've got the right guys taking them, and sometimes it takes a little bit for the percentages to play out over time. But we've got a good shooting group, and obviously when you're adjusting your kind of lineups and rotation and attack on the fly a little bit, it might take a little bit to get into rhythm and know where your shots are coming from and be prepared to step up and knock them down. But we've got great confidence in our guys, and we know a great opportunity to bounce back tonight.
You mentioned after the last game not having Patrick McMahon and not having kind of that presence around the rim. What are some of the things you guys can do to get that scoring presence around the rim to continue to open up those threes?
Well, the thing that we've got to do better is just execution. There's a lot of ways to get the ball to the rim. There's a lot of ways to get paint touches. There's a lot of ways to, attack the paint and diversify your offense. And so we talked about that and watched the film. And, obviously with the new group, you've got a group that's learning new concepts and trying to tie those things together and play it, in a way that that layers consistently over the course of a possession. And on Monday night, we just kind of stalled a few too many times and had to restart, in the middle of possessions, and that doesn't make for a very fluid offensive attack. And so the good news is we got an opportunity to bounce back tonight. I'm excited to see how we respond, and I think we've shown the ability to take good care of the basketball. We're one of the country leaders in turnover margin, and so if we can continue to do that, our shots will fall.
Yeah, plus 10, the turnover margin, not too shabby at this point. UC Riverside coming in today. They are 2-3 so far. They've played a very difficult non-conference schedule with a couple of Power 5 teams. Let's get into some of the individuals. Isaiah Moses, number 3, coming off a 20-point game last night. What's he doing for them?
Yeah, Isaiah is a guy that brings a lot of speed and tenacity to the floor. He can attack the basket. He's shooting the ball very well from the three-point line, and he's just one of those kind of dynamic guards that they put into a lot of ball screens and has the ability to attack the basket and shoot it from 3.
On the defensive side, what's their scheme? What are they doing there?
Well, UCR has a lot of size, a lot of length. They do a good job of utilizing that on the offensive end, certainly with their ball screen rolls and kind of paint attacks. But defensively, I think you see a team that, really prides itself on defending the three-point line and also has the size to protect the rim. So we've got to do a good job of being able to attack advantages in that middle third of the floor, getting the ball to our roll man in the middle of the paint where he can either attack to score at the rim, make the next pass to the perimeter, and kind of get them into rotations.
Well, should be a good matchup today. UC Riverside coming off a program best 22 wins last year. Coach, appreciate the time and the insight.
Thanks a lot. Go Cats.
All right, we'll take a break. When we get back, we'll get your starting lineups for Montana State and UC Riverside live from the Brick today. For head coach Matt Logie, I'm Keaton Galogly. This is Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
The share it with a friend deal, even if that friend is yourself. Your McDonald's, your rules.
There are no wrong answers on the buy one, get one for $1 menu at McDonald's. Every day you can mix and match juicy, crispy favorites like a McDouble, Bacon McDouble, McChicken, or Hot and Spicy McChicken. Prices and participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At Prime Lending, our one-of-a-kind mortgage approach combines a personal touch with just enough technology to turn a traditionally complex process into something better. Think of us like your home buying coach, friend, cheerleader, and teammate, all in one. From application to closing, we are your home loan partners that have your back every step of the way. Reach out to your local Prime Lending team to experience a home loan made simple. All loans subject to credit approval, rates and fees subject to change. Prime Lending, a Plains Capital Company, NMLS 13649, Equal Housing Lender.
For all of your tree and lawn care needs, turn to Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care provides outstanding service for your landscape. For pruning, removals, stump grinding, tree moving, plant health care, and all of your landscaping maintenance needs. Check out Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care. Wade duly certified arborist.
World-class physicians, patient care that's second to none, the most advanced technology available. With a scorecard like that, you can trust Vance Thompson Vision to provide you with the best possible options for your vision. From LASIK to cataracts to everything in between, our surgeons and their teams root for their patients with as much dedication as diehard fans do for their favorite teams. Request your laser vision consultation from the official LASIK and cataract surgeon of the Bobcats. Visit VanceThompsonVision.com.
Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in-store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com for everything you need to cheer on your Bobcats. Universal Athletic, a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Go Cats!
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, Bobcat Basketball is brought to you by Town Pump Food Stores, proud sponsor of the Brawl of the Wild Series. Guaranteed Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. And by First Interstate Bank, built for you. Now turn it up. Turn it up. It's game time.
He's got it to the rack. Two-hand slam. Robert Ford for three. Got it! Put a stamp on it. You are witnessing the golden age of Bobcat basketball.
Tip-off is just moments away from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth. Here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Galogly.
After a gritty one-point overtime loss on Monday night, the Bobcats now to try to take down one of the better teams coming out of the Big West in UC Riverside. Hello, everybody. I'm Keaton Galogly alongside Brian Preby. And before we get to our tip-off and starting lineups, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Bobcat Basketball.
AM 1450 KMMS, Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
Alongside Brian Preby as we get ready for our prime lending tip-off. The starting lineups for UC Riverside. It's Isaiah Moses, Barrington Hargress, Kyle Owens, and Will Tattersall with Ben Christie in the front court as their center at 6'11". For the Bobcats, it's Robert Ford III, Tyler Patterson, Brian Garacki, Brandon Walker, and Sam Leckelot. The Bobcats in the navy blues today. UC Riverside in the whites today as we get ready to rock. We are just moments away from the tip-off and a big bounce-back opportunity here for Montana State as the ball is tossed in the air and the UC Riverside Highlanders win the tip, and we are underway as the Highlanders move from left to right. They've got the dribble up at the top of the key, taking it over toward the left wing. Hargress bounce up top, now down into the post on the right block. Lefty hook is up. That's no good, and Robert Ford has the rebound. He's averaging 7.5 a game, and he's already building it up the tally today. Montana State with the ball to our left. Ford curls to the mid-post left side, throws it back out to the top of the key, and a miscommunication. Garacki cut to the rim. Leckelot threw it to the wing, and that's a turnover by the Bobcats.
A bit sloppy first possession there. Sam assumed it was going to be a pop out. Brian read he was going back door, and the gal in the third row caught it.
UC Riverside with the basketball, working down into the mid-post. Hargress has it and has to kick it back out to the top for Isaiah Moses, one of the transfers coming over from JUCO. He fires into the post, and we've got a whistle and a foul on the floor as Sam Leckelot aggressively tried to knock that thing away from Will Tattersall. First foul on Leckelot today.
That's one thing Montana State's got to be careful of when you're thin on the bench. Don't want starters getting in foul trouble. Big Sam picks up a little bit of a cheap one right there.
Inbounds pass coming, and a lob is knocked free by Robert Ford III. Tops in the Big Sky at 4 steals per game, almost double second place. Second place guy is 2.4.
If he was an inch taller, he'd have had that one right there. That one just barely too tall for him.
Yeah, pretty good mid on it, just not quite enough to corral it as he knocked it out of bounds. So UC Riverside inbounds from the left sideline. We're a minute in, no score. Down to the top, Tattersall kicks it out to the top of the key on the left side, and that's a 3. Ben Christie knocking it down. He's a 38% shooter from beyond the arc, and he pours it in just to the left of the top of the arc.
Yeah, and Christie comes in at 6'11", and he's out there shooting threes like that. That's something you don't see every single day.
Cats with it. Brandon Walker gets it into the paint, spins to his right shoulder, goes to the rack and finishes with a left hand. There's that good confident move from Brandon Walker. That's what he was doing in the Cal game when he put up a career high. Highlanders with the basketball to our right, taken over to the left elbow. Handoff out on the wing. Moses turns into the paint, spins, handoff underneath, tipped out of bounds. Bobcat basketball. One extra move there from Isaiah Moses, and it turns into a turnover.
Yeah, Moses has got a lane there. He got to take that to the rim, but the Bobcats are thankful he made the extra pass and unable to handle it, and cat ball.
Montana State down 3-2 with the ball, 18-14 to go in the first half, and Robert Ford able to draw a foul on Isaiah Moses. So tight whistle to start, and Ford wisely able to do that. Once again, we see his basketball IQ.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting, too, when you look at Hargress and Moses, that they decide to put Moses out top on Rob Ford, so give Hargress a little bit of a rest on the defensive end.
Walker lines up a right corner three. That's no good. Fight for the rebound is won by Kyle Owens and the Highlanders. Into the front court. Moses weaves over to the right wing. Drives down toward the baseline. Cut off by Patterson. Thrown up to the top. Held there by Gristy. Hand off again. Now a lob into the post. Catch is made. The layup is good by Kyle Owens. Had a little mismatch underneath. And the 6'8 Owens able to lay it in. 5-2 Riverside.
Now, Owens is a transfer from Montana. Goes south to UC Riverside after last season.
Brandon Walker down to the mid-post, spins into the paint, kicks it out to the left wing, down into the left corner. Patterson drives the baseline. Jump pass got tipped off the backboard, and it's a turnover by the Bobcats. Moses pushing the tempo the other way. Slows it down at the top of the key and will reset with Riverside leading 5-2. 17.25 to go in the first. Wrapped up to the top of the key. Hargress turns into the lane, gets the rack, lays it in on the left side. Barrington Hargress, redshirt freshman, first 2 points. Cats pushing the tempo the other way, and they get it down deep into the corner. Move back up to the top. Brandon Walker has it. Goes into the post. Patterson makes the catch on the backdoor cut and lays it in on the left side of the basket. First 2 points for Tyler Patterson.
Good to see Tyler get an early make here, get his rhythm and confidence going to start this one.
Yeah, it was after a slow ball game last time out on Monday. He's got the skill, though, to make it rain as hard as anybody. Moses slips, lost the basketball, and Ford picks up the loose ball. He's in transition, spins into the paint, puts it up too strong off the window, and Riverside has the rebound. It didn't really have the angle there when he got in deep. Riverside recovers the basketball, and they've got the possession up 7-4, just over 16 minutes to go in the first half. Hargress takes it to the elbow, pulls up with a jumper, a little too strong off the back iron, and Lechalot has the rebound off a hop at the free throw line. Garacki out to the right wing, takes it into the right corner, tries to pass out of a double team, it's tipped free, and Riverside has the steal. Bobcats turn it over, pushed ahead. Here's Moses, lines up a transition three, good. Isaiah Moses from the left wing in transition, his 8th long-range shot make of the year. And it's 10-4 Riverside with 15:45 to go in the first.
And Riverside's only shooting 30% on the year from three so far tonight. They get off to that quick start, make a couple early.
Walker gets into the lane, spins to the right shoulder, reverses back to the left shoulder and lays it in off the window. Brandon Walker showing some good touch early. He's got 4 of the Bobcats 6 points with Montana State down 10-6, 15:20 to go in the first. Hargress throws it up to Moses. Round to the left elbow for Gristy. A handoff up top, tip free, that's loose. Patterson dives on the hardwood to get a hand on it. We've got a whistle, and they call a foul on Riverside. Good hustle by Tyler Patterson, and Barrington Hargress picks up his first. We'll take a break. 15 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the first half. Riverside leading Montana State 10-6. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
For every peak, valley, and plateau, for every mishap and every adventure, for every Montanan in every season of life, Bozeman Health is here to deliver care with quality, compassion, and respect. Because we see you as more than the patient you are today. We look to what's on the horizon for you and our community over the decades to come. That's care beyond care. Well beyond Bozeman Health.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
Found your dream home but dread having to move? Call Mesa Moving and Storage. We make moving fun. We work hard so you don't have to. We are here to help take the stress out of moving your home or business. If there's a move in your future, contact Mesa to handle the details so you can enjoy the experience. Mesa, the largest United agency family in Montana, is ready to take care of all your moving and storage needs. Call the friendly folks at Mesa, 406-285-7033.
Bobcats need your support to go for the win. Donate to the Bobcat Club's 3 to Win campaign to help us reach our $3 million goal supporting student athletes. Montana State trailing in the early going. They're down 10-6 against Riverside with 15 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the first half. Brian, Bobcats looking a little shaky here to get things started.
Yeah, it's kind of just getting the rhythm of the game, I think. I think ultimately, offensively, I felt a little bit better how we flowed, and there's been some good penetration. We got 3 layups, frankly, early on. Defensively, a couple good looks by Riverside that made you pay from behind the arc, and then they were able to get the ball inside twice as well. So kind of see how that shapes up as these two teams feel each other out a little bit.
Bobcats with the ball going from right to left. Robert Ford takes it across the half-court line. So far, Brandon Walker with 4 points tonight. Patterson has the other 2. Bounce to Walker on the right elbow. He's a bit quiet in the last game. Didn't play a ton. Works his way into the paint. Draws a double team. Fall away jumper. That's no good. Had that Dirk Nowitzki late kick. No good. Riverside the other way. Into the right corner. Highlanders set it up. Tattersall turns into the lane, puts up a left-handed runner, rimming, good and one. Will Tattersall with his first 2 points of the day. The foul goes on Brian Karaki, his first. And Tattersall heading to the stripe, trying to complete a 3-point play. Now, they let a lot go in that Green Bay game. Feels like it'll be a little bit of a tighter whistle today, but consistent so far. Nothing to complain about.
Yeah, without question.
Just something to be aware of. It's a different style every day.
You got to adjust every night. You got to adjust to the opponent. You got to adjust to the environment. You got to adjust to the officials.
It is. It's really an art form to be an official. You watch as many games as we do. I mean, it is different. It's hard. As long as it's consistent, that's all that matters.
Yeah, it's just got to be consistent for 40 minutes. You're not even really consistent night over night. It's just got to be consistent within one night.
Right. And so far it has been in the early going. It's a tight whistle, and that's fine. 3 points for Tattersall as he completes that 3-point play with the free throw. Now, I failed out of being even a Little League umpire, so I really just don't have much of a leg to stand on. Brendan Walker's got the dribble at the top, over to the right wing for Sam Leckalot. He spins in the paint, kicks it out to the left side. Here's Ford. Catch and shoot 3. No good. Fight for the rebound, tipped out, and won by Riverside. Highlanders from left to right. Moses takes it up to the top and slows it down. JUCO All-American from a year ago. Takes it down into the lane, handoff within the paint, kick back out to the top. Here's the 3. That's no good. Fight for the rebound, and it's won by Riverside. In deep, Tattersall kicks it back out to the top for Nate Pickens, who just checked into the ball game. Pickens with 10 to shoot, takes it to the left wing, gets into the mid-post, goes up through contact. That's no good. Rebound tipped out, won by Riverside. Another offensive rebound by the Highlanders. Moses up at the top. Goes left around to screen, pulls up at the elbow. The jumper is good. Isaiah Moses, he's got 5 points coming off a big-time performance yesterday when he put up 22 points in the win.
Yeah, it's just tough when you give a team 3 possessions, 2 offensive rebounds. You're going to have a hard time keeping them off the scoreboard in that possession.
Cats already out-rebounded 6-2 in the early going. Patterson bobbled, but able to recover. Gives it to Walker, steps up to the free throw line. That jumper is good. Brandon Walker, the hot hand early. He's got 6. Montana State down 15-8. Just over 13 minutes to go in the first half. Moses throws it up to the top of the key for Pickens. Fires back to Moses on the right side. Now into the post. Back and down. Righty hook. That's good off the glass by Jaylon Martinez. He's 6'11". Used his body well to get a good look. Cats down 9 with the ball. 12:45 to go in the first. Patterson at the top off a screen. That 3 is good, but an illegal screen. Brandon Walker had too big of a base. And Patterson's shot did fall, but will not count. Shaka Duka and Jed Miller will check in.
That one hurts too because Tyler's been struggling a little bit, and he got a good look. He buried it, and of course it gets waved off. And at least he saw it go through the net and gave him hopefully another little ounce of confidence as he's trying to get a rhythm.
Yeah, he was 0 for 7 on Monday night from the three-point line. And for Walker, it was too big of a base. You can't have your legs out that far. Riverside with the basketball to our right. Moses has the dribble. Goes over to the left wing. Now down into the post. Martinez backing in on Walker. Spins right shoulder. Tries to step through. And we got a whistle and a 3-second lane violation. And Logie didn't like a no call up at the top when Ford went down trying to get around a screen.
Yeah, he's going to protect his guys. Like, they make a moving screen call on one end, and then you feel like your guy got clipped the other. You're going to look for that call.
Bobcats have the ball. Here's Walker. Step back 2 ball. That's too strong from the free throw line. And Riverside has the rebound. Quick looks for the Bobcats haven't fallen. Moses to the elbow. Pulls up the jumper. Missed it short. Rebound tip. That's loose. Diving down to the hardwood. We got a whistle. And I think we're going to have the jump ball here. Tyler Patterson was getting down and dirty. Jump ball will give the ball to Montana State. Bobcats bringing some energy onto the glass. And they will have the basketball now when we come back. Patterson getting a word from the official. Things were getting a little testy underneath the cup. All right, we'll take a break. 11:54 to go in the first half. Riverside 17, Montana State 8. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. That's why at Firehouse Subs, they make their subs differently.
I'm not sure Rob should have got a call there, but I understand why he wanted to get it.
Crews are proud to continue to serve you.
Got to keep the fire up.
Life-saving subs you crave every day. In fact, it's never been easier to grab their subs to go. With rapid rescue
Walla Walla,
save time.
my buddy, guy who used to work with me, is the head coach at Walla Walla.
Oh, yeah?
They're getting a little after it tonight. 10-11.
Signature experiences
Like that.
across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land grant
Check.
integrating transformation
Also the
and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
The Bozeman Come On In Hotel and Suites, the proud sponsor of MSU Athletics, the Montana State Alumni Association. Come On In allows you to escape the ordinary while enjoying their numerous hotel and guest room amenities. Visit ComeOnIn.com. Book your stay today. 11:54 to go in the first half. Montana State trailing 17-8 against Riverside. You can already see some of the emotions running high for Matt Logie and the Bobcats. The passion certainly is there, and things getting testy early from the Bobcat side.
Yeah, well, you're feeling like, we need to win this game. Like, let's go. So there's just that little added urgency based on the circumstances. And you can see that in Coach Logie, see that in the players. Tyler Patterson's been on the floor 3 times already. Rob Ford's got a couple deflections. These guys they mean business. They're getting after it.
Hello to our good friend and colleague Daniel Sally, tuning in from Mexico, getting ready for New Mexico tomorrow night for some women's basketball. He'll be on the air for that one at 6:45 p.m. tomorrow night. Bobcats with the ball inside to Walker. Runner is bounce pass fine from the right baseline by Ford. Or excuse me, I said Walker. Induka from the middle of the lane, and Chika Induka has his first 2 points today.
Good little 2-man game there for the Bobcats. Gets him a deuce, cuts the lead to 7.
Bobcats down 17-10, 11:20 to go in the first half. Driving a handoff underneath, down to the right block. Salaridze kicks it out, left wing 3. That's no good. Rebound won by Riverside. And the Highlanders will get another opportunity here. They've out-rebounded Montana State 7-3 the first handful of minutes. Hargress tries to penetrate, has to kick it back out to the top for Turner. Now to the right wing. This three is up. That's no good. We've got a foul. An offensive foul as the chicken wing by Jalen Martinez knocked down Duca. First foul on Martinez.
I don't know about that one right there. I think that was called a block out. And Duca maybe put a little shot at an Emmy there by going down hard and found himself forcing a turnover.
Always be building the resume. It's been a tight whistle today, too. So, look, if you know that, that's part of the adjustment. Jed Miller into the front court. Handoff for Rob Ford out on the left wing. Ford dribbling over to the right side, trying to get a little bit of room. Now penetrates and kicks into the left corner. Duca bobbled it. He drives the baseline, gets back to the basket on the left block, back into the paint, turns. Righty hook. That's good. Chika Duca, a little touch from the middle of the paint. And Duca's got 4.
Nice play. And Duca coming off the bench, get back-to-back baskets, get your team going offensively. And that was something we didn't see the other night, was balance offensively. It was kind of Rob Ford or Gorecki, and that was it. There wasn't a lot else going on.
Duca hasn't scored a ton yet this year. Came in with just 4 points on the season as a handoff inside. A lefty layup by Ben Christie is good. 5 points for Christie. 10:03 remaining in the first half. Bobcats down 19-12. Ford takes it across the half-court line. He's standing on the eye of the Bobcat head logo, then bounces it to the top of the key. Duca with the dribble on the right elbow, steps into the paint, takes a jumper. That's good from the Big Sky logo just in front of the free throw line. And Chika Duca's already surpassed his season point total. He had 4 total points coming in. He's got 6 tonight. Pickens works his way into the paint, gets swarmed. That ball tipped free, loose on the floor. Body's diving down, and Ford calls the timeout. Well, the effort, energy, and intensity is there for sure as the Bobcats use a prime lending timeout. 9 minutes, 31 seconds to go in the first half. Bobcats up 19-14. Again, good hustle inside, tipping that thing around.
Yeah, and I like that timeout. I mean, you get the one to burn in the first half anyway. You got to use it either way. You got a chance. You got a little momentum. You got a chance to build on it. I like it.
That's man, scrappy and smart, Robert Ford III. Know what's below. Tap, click, or call 811 before you dig. Brought to you by Montana811.org. Yeah, with all those missed shots on Monday and a heartbreaking loss like that, you can come out the next game one of 2 ways. You can be a little flat because you're disappointed, or you can come out with that extra bit of juice, and we're seeing that right now.
Well, and it's interesting, too. Montana State, last 3 games, really, they've shot more than half their shots from behind the arc. The other night, they shot 60% of their shots from behind the arc. Tonight, so far, they're 7 of 12 from the field, 58%. Only 2 of those 12 shots have been threes. One was kind of a shot clock throw up by Brandon Walker. So you're seeing a little bit different look here from Montana State on the offensive end.
Full court pressure this time from Riverside. The Bobcats get it into Patterson, who hands it off for Ford. And he uses the behind-the-back dribble to get a little space and take it across the timeline with 3 seconds to spare. Ford showing off the handles, crosses over, bounce pass over to the right elbow for Nduka. Working along the free throw line, picks up the dribble and throws to Jed Miller. Miller backs it out on the left wing, throws over to Nduka. Shovel pass to Patterson on the right wing with 7 to shoot. Back to Nduka, 5, out to the left wing, Lekalot. That 3 is up, in and out. They called the foul on Riverside. It was Salaridze who ran through Robert Ford, and Salaridze picks up his first foul.
Say that 5 times fast. Salaridze, that's a name right there.
He's from Georgia, the country of Georgia.
Correct.
Played for their national team a little bit over the summer. Ford out of the right wing, takes it down to the mid-post, stops in the lane, puts up a floater, and kisses it off the top of the window and in. Robert Ford III, coming off a career high on Monday, has his first 2 points tonight, and the Bobcats have battled back to within 3.
Bobcats on an 8-2 run right now. The offense has been consistent tonight, which is great to see.
Montana State 8 of 13 from the field, 62% into the paint. Moses has to kick it back out to the top. Hargress curling left, down to the left baseline. That jumper, no good, off the inside of the iron. And 3 Bobcats were up in the air around that rebound, and it's Jed Miller who comes down with it.
You gotta love the intensity and effort right now Bobcats are showing.
Yeah, especially on the glass. Look, they're undersized. They're going to be undersized all year. Ford, catch and shoot 3. That's short from the right wing. That was pretty deep. And Riverside has the rebound. And so you have to make up for that height differential with energy and effort.
Absolutely.
Moses crosses down to the post left, or baseline left side. Throws it up top side, and Miller knocks it into the front row of seats. Jed Miller had a bit of a tough game last time out as well. We know he's an excellent shooter, but went 0 for 8 overall and 0 for 4 from the three-point line. But coming out and adding some juice right now. Big opportunity for Miller to try to earn some minutes with Eddie Turner still benched due to an injury that he suffered at Seattle. Might see him again on Sunday, but still to be determined. Into the lane, handoff down to the left block, going up. That's a block by Nduka, and the Bobcats can't quite corral the loose ball. Ford got a hand on it, but it bounced off the baseline. Chika Nduka with a big block, and the Bobcats will remain on defense. When we come back, 7 minutes, 52 seconds to go in the first half. Riverside leading 19-16. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
For all of your tree and lawn care needs, turn to Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care provides outstanding service for your landscape for pruning, removals, stump grinding, tree moving, plant health care, and all of your landscaping maintenance needs. Check out Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care. Wade duly certified arborist.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
It's time for a wellness tip from SCL Health, now Intermountain Health, an official health partner of the Bobcats. Do you ever feel winded after attending a Bobcats game? Here's something you might not know. Of course you do. You're a true blue and gold Bobcat fan. You sing the fight song at the top of your lungs. Stand up and cheer. Cheer long and loud for dear Montana State. That being said, keep those lungs healthy. The Bobcats need your energy. Learn more at intermountainhealth.org.
Join Champs New Kids Club, presented by Billings Clinic Bozeman. Your $25 membership fee gets you game tickets, Bobcat gear, and more. Sign up today at msubobcats.com/champs kids club. Now, the Bobcats fell behind by 9 early in this game, but they battled back now. They trail 19-16 against Riverside. 7:52 to go in the first half. Riverside with the basketball and 5 seconds on the shot clock as they get ready to inbound. Brian, what do you see in the stats right now?
I really like the fact that we got some balance tonight. You got your two frontline guys, and Duca and Walker, both with 6. A couple baskets for Patterson and for Ford, and that rounds out your scoring. But the other night, it just was really kind of Rob Ford or bust, and it's good to see a little bit more balance.
Bobcats currently being out-rebounded 10-5. That's coming back a little bit. Riverside ready to inbound here underneath their own cup. Again, 5 seconds on the shot clock as they inbound here. Lob into the left corner for Caleb Smith, and he lost the handle. Kicks to the right wing. Moses ends up with a 3 and reins it in. Boy, he just lost the handle on it. It bounced off his knee and rolled right into the hands of Isaiah Moses, who buries his second three-point field goal of the game.
That's a tough break for the Bobcats. You play really good defense for 29 seconds, and basically a kicked ball turns into 3 points against you.
Robert Ford spins into the paint, hands it off for Nduka. He steps through, leans up. That's no good from the top of the restricted area. Riverside with the rebound. Moses takes it over to the right wing. Crosses over against Patterson. Runs into a double team, lost the handle on it. Patterson has the steal. Bobcats push. Garacki into the front court. Kicks it out to the right wing. Miller with the dribble, and the Cats get into the set. Bounce pass up the top, Nduka. Down inside, Ford, cut to the rim, finishes with the left hand on the left side of the rim, and a timeout called by Riverside. Beautiful find by Nduka. The ball's moving now for Montana State. They trail 22-18 with 6:57 to go in the first.
Yeah, and with offense, you got player movement, you got ball movement. The other night we had a lot of player movement, not a lot of ball movement. Tonight you're seeing both, and the result is a team that shoots 63% from the field. Much, much improved. Good day of practice yesterday. Got got this offense with a little more rhythm to it.
Right, and that's a good way to judge this team, judge this coaching staff. It's a first-year staff. It's a lot of first-year guys at least on this roster. And how does a team improve from game to game? How does a team bounce back? And how hard are they playing? And like you said, showing that improvement. That's a really good sign. And now we'll see if the Bobcats can turn that into a lead, as Riverside had a lead basically the entire time last night in their win against Green Bay.
Yeah, Bobcats yet to have their lead, but they're right in striking distance here. A couple stops, a couple buckets, and you'll be there.
Montana State trailing 22-18, 6:57 to go in the first half. Riverside with the basketball. A little zone press here by the Bobcats, and Riverside passes through it. Highlanders get into their offensive set on the opposite side of the timeline. Hargress takes it over to the right wing. Crosses over, works into the lane, leans in, no good, and the late whistle. Tried to slice between two defenders, got real skinny in there, and they're going to call the foul on Chika Nduka, his first.
Yeah, I don't think the Bobcat sideline really appreciated that whistle, mostly just because it was a little bit late. Whether or not it was the right call, hard to see from our angle, but do not like it when that's not a decisive call. Put a guy in the free throw line.
Hargress with his first attempt. That is good. Redshirt freshman from Inglewood is averaging over 11 points per game, 60% free throw shooter, and a 48% shooter from beyond the arc. Riverside's got some guys. They went 22-12 last year, 14-6 in the Big West, which was third place, but only a game back of first. Next shot is up and good. Hargress with 4 points. Montana State with the ball. They trail 24-18, 6:30 to go in the first. Jed Miller takes it across the timeline. Works his way to the left wing with a lefty bounce. Throws it with a bounce pass over to Walker on the right elbow. Brandon Walker into the mid-post, backing down, gets into the paint, spins left shoulder, gets it up, good and one through contact. Brandon Walker, a big man bucket on the right side. And Walker stays hot tonight. He's got 8.
Good start for Brandon. He struggled mightily the other night, and he is just coming out firing.
Yeah, Walker didn't play a ton, only 12.5 minutes, 5 points, just didn't really have it. Of course, he did against Cal when he put up a career-high 26. This free throw is good as he completes the three-point play. Give him 9 points tonight. Certainly seems to have the it factor tonight. Bobcats back to within 3. They've trailed it by as many as 9. 6 1/4 to go in the first half. This is about when Riverside went on a big run against Green Bay last night. It was kind of tight early, and then they had a bigger run at the end of the first half, and they would end up pulling away in the middle of the second half. Handoff inside, extra pass down to the right block, layups, no good. Fight for the rebound, tipped out by Patterson, and Riverside tracks it down.
Bobcats trailing 12-5 on the glass. That's an area of improvement for this team long term.
Left corner, 3 balls up. Way too strong off the glass. We got a whistle and a foul. His body's hit the floor. Patterson was trying to box out. 2 different jerseys getting tangled up. And they are going to put it on Will Tattersall, his first, as he pulled down Patterson.
Yeah, Patterson did a great job blocking out there. He's made a lot of hustle plays so far tonight. Put a good body there on Tattersall, and Tattersall just kind of ran through him, knocked him down, and Bobcats with a chance to tie.
Down 24-21 with 5:40 to go in the first half. Brandon Walker's up at the top, slings into the right corner. Garacki gives it mid-post right side for Walker. Facing up, skip past the left corner. Patterson beyond the arc, throws up to Garacki at the top with 10 to shoot. Around to Walker on the right side, 6. Walker crosses over just inside the arc, 4, spins left shoulder, leans in, that's no good, out of control shot, and Riverside has the rebound. Highlanders from left to right. Tattersall takes it over to the right wing. Lobs up to the top, bobbled momentarily, but recovered. Now drive into the lane, kick to the right corner, pass was tipped, catch anyway, right corner 3 is good. Caleb Smith pouring it in. That pass along the baseline looked like there was a fingertip on it, but Caleb Smith still able to recover it, and he pours it in.
It's back-to-back times. The Bobcats have got it down to a 3-possession game, haven't converted, and then have given up a 3 on the other end to push the lead back to 6.
A three-point game. 27-21, 4:38 to go in the first half. Patterson goes up to the top. Walker left open for three. Yes, sir. Brandon Walker first to double figures for the Bobcats. He's got a dozen as he knocks down the three ball. Once again, Cats bound by three. Good crowd tonight on Thanksgiving Eve. Nice appetizer for tomorrow. Here's the drive and a handoff underneath. Tipped, and the Bobcats have a steal. Ford pushes down the left sideline out to the wing. Has the dribble, waits for reinforcements, and draws a foul out high on Will Tattersall. He picks up his second.
It's a really smart play by Rob Ford in transition there. Could have forced the perimeter jump shot. Instead, one back dribble and then re-attack, draws the foul, and the Bobcats are in the bonus.
Ford going to the line. Montana's Ribbon Chop House has been serving Rocky Mountain communities for over 20 years. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality. Front end is good by Ford. Concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. We hope you'll be our guest at one of our Montana locations soon. Ford hits the front end, lining up the second now. This free throw is good. Robert Ford hits them both. He's got 6 points. Cats back to within one. Coach Logie starting to make some noise and trying to get the bench going a little bit. Some energy ripples through the crowd lightly. Hargress at the top. Takes it into the mid-post right side. That jumper swirls out. Offensive rebound, and Patterson comes in and rakes it out of there. And Christie had it, and Patterson was the one to knock it away. Bobcats now the other way with a chance for their first lead of the day. Lecolot turns the corner down to the right baseline. Still has the dribble and gets rid of it. Walker, handoff for Ford, turns down to the baseline, throws off to Walker. He had it stripped away, recovers, goes up, lays it, no, fight for the rebound, lose, and Riverside wins it.
Still really good possession by the Bobcats. Couple dribble penetrations. Walker gets near the rim, has a chance, can't quite get over the top and get this lead yet.
Now drive, kick into the right corner, three ball. No good, too strong. Rebound tipped out. Ford's got it. Robert Ford pushing the tempo in transition. Going to the rack, righty layup. Nobody draws foul. They had a man angling and Nate Pickens coming right at him, and Ford went nose down right into the contact, and he gets helped up, and will have a couple of free throws. When we come back, Bobcats have a chance for their first lead of the night after this timeout. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Riverside 27, Montana State 26. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
Are you too hot? Are you too cold? Did you know that you don't have to just deal with it? We at Ambient Air Solutions understand how important comfort plays on your emotions, health, and quality of life on a daily basis. Ambient Air Solutions offers 24/7 emergency service for residential and commercial clients. We also offer financing to help ease the financial stress and burden of a lifelong investment. Call Ambient Air Solutions at 406-577-1818 and leave it to the professionals. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
The Bobcats need your support to go for the win. Donate to the Bobcat Club's 3 to Win campaign to help us reach our $3 million goal supporting student athletes. Robert Ford going to the line with Bobcats facing an opportunity where they can get their first lead of the day. They're down 27-26 against Riverside with 3 minutes to go in the first half. And, Brian, after Riverside opened up a 9-point lead in the first few minutes. Bobcats battled back.
Yeah, and it's just interesting to see. I mean, this team has shot a tremendous number of threes on the season. Right now, 4 of 20 shots from behind the arc, so they've tightened up, gotten more aggressive going to the rim, using some of the backdoor action out of their offensive structure, and you're seeing results from it. Shooting 55% from the field, 11 for 20. You got a team that's playing with a little more confidence, feels like they've got a little rhythm, and really a chance here. If they could close out these last 3 minutes well, they could go in the locker room with a little bit of a lead and might start to add to that belief.
Ford with a chance to tie it. That free throw is good. Well, the old cliche is that middle 8, and you're right in the middle of it. The last 4 of the first half, first 4 of the second half. That is where Riverside had an advantage last night in their win against Green Bay. This free throw is good, and the Bobcats have the lead. Robert Ford knocks down both free throws. He's got 8, and for the first time tonight, Bobcats are in front. They're up 28-27 with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Nate Pickens takes it into the front court. Pickens into the mid-post, lost the handle, and it's out of bounds, but a foul is called. Foul called out in Duca, and that's his second. He had a hot hand early, but picks up his second foul.
Called that on the ground. There was a moment there I thought they were going to give him shots, but they changed that ruling, move it to the ground, so Riverside will have to inbounds from underneath.
Lob out to the top, and Riverside gets it set. Hand off there to Isaiah Moses. Leading scorer for them last night. Takes it to the top of the key. To the elbow, spins into the paint, pump fake, handoff underneath, and a lay-in by Christie. Ooh, that was a nice find. Ben Christie's had a nice night. He's got 7. Ford, right wing 3. No, too strong. Patterson, the long rebound to the right corner, off a bounce. Montana State lining it up. Ford throws it back to the top. Lecolot lines it up. That 3 ball's no good. Rebound is one in deep by Riverside. Highlanders into the front court. Lob down in underneath. Kick into the left corner. Here's a 3. No good. Airballed it too strong. Fight for the rebound. Tipped around. Won by Riverside. The block! Sam Lecolot sends it across the baseline from behind, knocking it out of the hands of Bren Gristree. There you go. That was a big-time swat. 13 seconds on the shot clock as Riverside looks to inbound, and it's stolen away. And Duca's got the catch. Then he got tripped up, no call. And Duca recovers the loose ball and gets it to Ford. Ford takes it down the right sideline, throws to the left wing. Patterson's 3. In and out. Wide open look, didn't fall, and Riverside has the rebound. 29-28, Riverside in front. 1:32 to go in the first half. Moses works down mid-post. Throws it back out beyond the arc. Here's a 3 in the air. Hargrass miss it, but an offensive rebound by Riverside. Highlanders reset. 1:10 remaining in the first half. Up at the top, Moses pulls up at the free throw line. That's no good. Garacki has the rebound for Montana State with the Bobcats down 1.
Bobcats' last 3 possessions have led to 3 threes. Get back to what was making you work earlier. Attack the basket, get in the paint, put pressure on the defense.
Duca at the free throw line, bounces into Garacki, turns around. That hook shot's no good. Missed it right. Riverside the rebound. The Cats are 1 of 7 from downtown, but they got a paint shot up there. Final 38 seconds of the first half. Riverside with a basketball and a 1-point lead. Thrown over to the left wing. Moses chucks it into the corner. Back to Moses. 7 to shoot. Down to the top. Hargrass, 5. Works his way into the paint. Bounce pass underneath. And a block up top by Garacki. Blocked that backdoor cut. And now 14 seconds left in the first half with the shot clock off. The Bobcats down 1. Ford across the timeline. 7 seconds left in the half. Ford with 5. Bent over the bounds. Ford with 3 to the top. 2. Ford, handoff underneath, and Duca up, lays it. No! Wow, I thought he got hit on the forearm there as he went up. No call, and the first half comes to a close. So Montana State down 1 at halftime. We'll take a break. Riverside 29, Montana State 28. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
There's always one just down the road. Town Pump, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road. Pump it up. Oh, yeah.
At Montana's Rib and Chop House, our guests and service are our top priorities. We've been serving Rocky Mountain community's signature steaks, delicious seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs for over 20 years. Whether you're celebrating an important milestone, want to watch a big game, or just grab lunch with friends, we're your local spot that feels like home. We have locations in Bozeman, Billings, Butte, and Livingston, so you can enjoy Rib and Chop House across Montana. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you soon.
Great houses start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage with Sarah Kelzer and team at Guaranteed Rate. She is Bozeman's trusted mortgage specialist with 20 years experience that knows the neighborhood. We have great rates and personalized home lending solutions, and our decisions are made quickly so you can move into your dream home sooner. Guaranteed Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Call Sarah at 406-580-6604 or apply online. Equal housing lender subject to credit approval. NMLS number 400361.
Montana Fence, located in Billings, Bozeman, Great Falls, and Kalispell, is Montana's largest fencing superstore. Get everything you need for your fencing projects at rock bottom pricing. Low prices on all styles of farm fence, chain link, vinyl privacy, ornamental iron, cedar pickets, continuous panels, wood privacy. We have it all. Quality materials at truckload prices. Let the experts at Montana Fence help you plan your next project. Whether you use our team or do it yourself, check out Montana Fence.
Back at halftime with Montana State trailing 29-28 against Riverside. We did get a look at the replay. Duca was fouled, should have been a whistle. Got hit on the forearm, but wasn't called, so just got to keep on keeping on. But overall, in this first half, Brian, Bobcats a little bit of a slow start, fell behind by 9. They battled back, took a 1-point lead. Back and forth that last minute or two, and overall, a little bit of balance for the Bobcat offense for most of that first half.
Yeah, I really liked the offensive game plan. There was a lot more stuff going inside, a lot of touches in the paint. You got Brandon Walker involved, and Duca stepped up, made a couple shots, and just, generally just a different look than the other night. At the same time, last 3 minutes, you're up 1 going into the last 3 minutes, and they shot all threes and unfortunately didn't make any, and so then all of a sudden you're down 1 at the break.
Yeah, the last 2 games coming in, the Bobcats were 11 of 59 from the three-point line. So you add in tonight, and they are now 12 of 64, 12 of 66 rather, in the last 3 games. So it's been a little slim there from the three-point line over the last 2.5 games for Montana State. That is 18% in the last 5 halves of basketball.
Yeah, and we've been talking a lot about you'd like to see them shooting double that, mid-30s, and for whatever reason, it just hasn't been the thing that's been going for them here of late. And I like the fact that for the majority of the first half, they said, you know what, that's not working, let's do something else, and they did a pretty good job of it. Now, you got to stay with that. Sometimes, you kind of resort or fall back to the things that you know or you think are your game, and that can hurt you. And I thought it did at the end of the half, but still a 1-point game right in the middle of this thing. Couple adjustments both sides. We'll see what they come out with in the second half.
All right, we'll take a break. We're at halftime. It's Riverside 29, Montana State 28. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students. If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky Country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com. From our 1946 roots providing lumber for Yellowstone National Park to our current headquarters in Bozeman, we at Simpkins-Hallen believe in building the Gallatin Valley's future while continuing to honor its past. Contractors large and small benefit from our decades of experience and our extensive network of suppliers. We can source the materials you need, no matter the project. For all your building needs, go to where long-standing traditions have met with quality building products for over 75 years. Simpkins-Hallen, a Montana tradition among builders since 1946.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Montana State University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Back at halftime with Montana State trailing Riverside 29-28 at the break. All right, let's take a look at the numbers from the first half of action. Bobcats shoot 44% from the field, but 1 of 7 from the three-point line. They go 5 of 5 from the free throw line. For Riverside, 39% from the field, 4 of 11 from the three-point line, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. 9 turnovers for Riverside, 4 for the Bobcats. Montana State out-rebounded 21-10 in that first half. 8 offensive rebounds for Riverside, 1 for Montana State. The Bobcats do have more points in the paint, 18 points in the paint, and 14 for Riverside. Individually for Montana State, Brandon Walker leading the way. 12 points on 5 of 10 shooting. He also knocked down a three-point field goal and had 1 assist. 8 points from Robert Ford, 2 of 6 from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 3 rebounds and an assist. 6 points from Chika and Duca, 2 points from Patterson, and that rounds out the scoring for the Bobcats. Garacki 0 for 1, Like-a-Lot 0 for 1, and Jed Miller did not attempt a shot. On the other side, Moses leading the way for Riverside with 8, Gristy with 7 tonight. Hargrass has 4, Smith with 3, Tattersall with 3, Martinez with 2, and Owens with 2. So that is the full rundown of scoring after the first half of play. Real milk is a nutrient-rich product. It contains 13 essential nutrients from vitamin A to zinc, all of which are important for a healthy immune system and overall wellness. That's 13 nutrients with seemingly endless benefits. Reach for milk and make every sip count. Take another break. Bobcats trailing by 1 at the half, down 29-28 against Riverside. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
First West Insurance, a Montana-born company, has been helping friends and neighbors protect what they love most since 1972. From home and businesses to farm and ranch to life and health insurance, our team is dedicated to finding solutions that work for you. We believe in creating relationships as deep as our Montana roots. First West, your local insurance agency.
The share it with a friend deal, even if that friend is yourself. Your McDonald's, your rules.
There are no wrong answers on the buy one, get one for $1 menu at McDonald's. Every day you can mix and match juicy, crispy favorites like a McDouble, Bacon McDouble, McChicken, or Hot and Spicy McChicken. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Ready to reap a harvest of success? Look no further than the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Join forces with fellow growers in cultivating high-protein, soil-enriching pulses that nourish both land and livelihood. From lentils to chickpeas, we're talking about crops that pack a punch. By becoming a member, you'll gain insider insights, hands-on workshops, and a network of Pulse-passionate partners. Visit our website to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success, one pulse at a time.
As a Montana parent, I want to be at my best for my child. I've learned that if I want to be at my best, then I need to take care of myself. ParentingMontana.org has podcast episodes about taking care of my own health and well-being, improving my relationship with my parenting partner, and supporting my child's physical and mental health. I found the podcast to be informative, relatable, and I can tune in whenever I have time. ParentingMontana.org, tools for your child's success.
Brought to you by SAMHSA and Montana DPHHS.
Back at the brick, Montana State trailing by 1 as we get set for the second half. At First Interstate Bank, it's about supporting our communities and cheering on our teams. Thank you for letting us be your trusted community bank for more than 50 years. Taking a look around at the scores around the Big Sky today, Eastern Washington bounced back after a slow start against Walla Walla. They've got a 51-24 lead at halftime as Eastern looks for their first win of the year. Idaho got waxed by Seattle U. They lost that one 92-55. Sacramento State lost to Austin Peay 74-71. And Radford defeats Northern Colorado 79-68. So those are all the games going on around the Big Sky. Hey, Brian, you look around the Big Sky this year, and it's, last year was a pretty high level of play in the conference, and as a result, a lot of those guys got poached, and it's going to be a little different this year.
Yeah, I mean, I look at the league a year ago, and I thought it was potentially as strong as it's been, especially at the top in the last 10, 15 years. The league this year right now feels like Weber State and everybody else. I mean, I know they've dropped a couple, but a win already at St. Mary's, and just Dylan Johnson's, just go ahead and write him in as player of the week every week. Like that, it's going to be an interesting year, but that maybe weaker overall depth of the conference could make it super interesting, especially like 2 through 6, 2 through 7 in the standings, those teams that are going to be vying to get a bye in the first round of the Big Sky tournament.
Yeah, winning a road games is going to be real important as we get into the Big Sky season. At Montana's Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. All right, one more break. When we get back, we've got the start of the second half. It's Montana State and Riverside, live from the brick. Bobcats trail it 29-28. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Savory veggie broth packed with flavor from tomatoes, peppers, onions, and spices. Enjoy loaded tortilla soup in a bowl or crunchy tortilla shell with your favorite protein and craveable toppings. That's right, the soup sensations fans have been raving about has returned. But not for long, so get it while it's hot. Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Order today at Qdoba.com or in the app.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive five-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
Back at First Interstate Bank broadcast position, we're getting ready for the second half. Montana State trailing 29-28 against UC Riverside. All right, let's first get to our McDonald's delivery of the half. That's going to Brandon Walker. He had 12 points on 5 of 10 shooting in the first 20 minutes. And before we get started in the second half, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Bobcat Basketball.
AM 1450 KMMS, Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
I'm Keaton Galogly alongside Brian Preby. Will Gordon is back in the studios, and we're sitting at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position as we prepare for the start of the second half between Montana State and UC Riverside. Bobcats trailing 29-28. Brian, what do you want to see as we get going to the second half?
Yeah, fast start offensively. It'd be great for Montana State to play from in front tonight. Last night, Monday night rather, they battled, but they were playing from behind the entire second half. It'd be nice to play from in front.
All three-point field goals by Montana State are sponsored by Wendy's. Cats went 1 of 7 from the three-point line in the first half. And the Bobcats had 4 assists on 11 field goals. All assists sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services. Town Pump is a proud sponsor of the Brawl of the Wild rivalry series between Montana State and the University of Montana. It's all sports all season long. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions at your local Town Pump. And another edition of that tonight as volleyball advances past Montana with a 3-set sweep in the quarterfinals of the Big Sky tournament in Greeley. All right, we are underway in the second half. UC Riverside with the first possession. Moses, quick trigger 3 is good. And things start quickly for UC Riverside. Moses now with 11 points off a left wing 3. 32-28. Riverside leading. 19:38 to go in the second half. Bounce into Walker, spins, hooks it up, and got it to go with a left hand. Brandon Walker with 14.
Bobcats need his contribution on the offensive end. That was missing on Monday night. 14 here early. Good to see him back in his Cal form.
Toss up to the top. Riverside sets it up. Hargress works down to the elbow. Bounce pass up to the top. Here's the 3. That's no good. Rebound snagged by Walker. Montana State the other way. Patterson left corner 3. Yes! Tyler Patterson, a left corner 3 ball. That snaps a long stretch of misses for him and missed his last 8. Although he had made one that was wiped off earlier tonight. Good to see for Patterson.
Absolutely. Just so nice to see him. He's such a good shooter. To get one to finally fall for him after a couple tough nights is great.
Drive and a layup by Moses is no good. The rebound tipped by Lekalot, controlled by Ford, thrown ahead to Garacki. He cuts into the lane, gets in deep, lays it up through contact, no good. Fights for the rebound, and he beats 2 Highlanders for it, and he gets rid of it out to the top. Boy, there were 2 white jerseys there. Garacki's the one who came out of the scrum with the rock. Walker into the lane. Back to the basket, backing down. Some help defense came over and took it away from him. Now running the other way, pushed ahead, down to the lane, lay it up. That's good. Will Tattersall in transition, able to finish. He's got 5. 1-point game, 34-33. Riverside in front. Toss over to the left wing for Lekalot. Comes back right, gives it to Walker. And a travel, he picked up that pivot foot.
Yeah, sloppy on the footwork there for Brandon. He's got such good feet generally. It's kind of unfortunate to see him just be a little bit lazy with his footwork, cause the turnover.
By the way, the stat monitor gave Patterson's 3 a 2, and on the scoreboard they gave it a 3. So there is a discrepancy there, but I thought he was. I didn't see if the official made the signal, but see what is right and what comes out. Right now, 34-33. Layup inside, and that is good by Kyle Owens. Good passing on the interior for Riverside, and Owens has 4 points.
Blind Tyler.
36-33, Riverside on top. 17:29 to go, and there's another topside three from Tyler Patterson, and now he's heating up. We know he can get as hot as anybody else. Patterson with 2 threes here in the second half. Montana State ties it up, 36-all. Bounce pass underneath, reverse layup, and that's good as Tattersall cuts underneath with a reverse layup. 38-36, Riverside back in front. Setting up as a seesaw affair at the early parts of the second half. Walker spins into the paint off the right shoulder. Kicks it out. Extra pass to Ford. Thought about a three. Good closeout, and then a foul on Tattersall, and he just picked up his third.
Again, good ball movement by the Bobcats. That was something that was a little bit missing the other night. It was fairly stagnant offensively. You're seeing crisp passing, player movement, and they're creating a lot more lanes, and thus they're shooting 48% from the field.
Tyler Patterson with a pair of threes in this second half. That's helped as well. 38-36, Riverside in front, but it's Bobcat basketball with 17 minutes to go in the game. Robert Ford in the right corner. Bounce pass back to Walker on the right wing. Moves left. Still near the perimeter. Hands it off for Garacki. That ball got tipped. It's loose on the floor. Riverside has it. They're trying to get rid of it, and we've got a whistle. And I think Ford came in and tied it up. Would keep it here.
Again, good hustle play there. A couple guys on the floor. Create an extra possession. You got to find ways to create extra possessions when you're shorthanded, like Montana State is.
No Eddie Turner. He'll be back soon. No Pat McMahon. He will not be. He's going to be done for the year. Ford, right wing three. That's no good. That was a forced shot, and Riverside has the rebound.
He must have thought the shot clock was about to expire. So that would make no sense to take the shot he just took otherwise.
Yeah. Little mistake. Moses out on the left wing. Throws it up to the top. Salaridze works his way into the paint. Kicks it back out. Hit 14 points yesterday. Hasn't scored today. Left wing three by Moses. That's short. Got his own board. The putback is no good. And Ford wins the rebound. Ford pushes it across the timeline. Behind the back dribble to get space. Shovel pass to Patterson. Bounces into Lecolot. Left corner three. No good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. And it's going to Riverside. That'll take us to a break. 15:53 to go in the ball game. Riverside 38, Montana State 36. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
It was a nice spring day, so I decided to do a little work around the house. I didn't think anything of it. I've dug 1,000 holes 1,000 times until I hit a shallow gas line. The repair cost me over $5,000, and in one fell swoop, the family vacation was kaput. I know I'm not the only one, but it still hurts. Next time I'm calling 811 before I dig.
Learn from Jerry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Montana811.org.
Bozeman Spirits Distillery. Craft distilling award-winning spirits for over 9 years. Making some of your favorites like Bobcat Gold Bourbon, Montana 1889 Whiskey, Cold Spring Huckleberry Vodka, Jim Bridger Bourbon, and many more. Visit the tasting room, try signature craft cocktails, and purchase bottles today. Located at 121 West Main, Bozeman Spirits Distillery, downtown Bozeman.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
See every pulse-pounding, buzzer-beating play in astounding detail with a patient experience that's second to none. Experienced doctors and advanced technology. Vance Thompson Vision, the official LASIK and cataract surgeon of the Bobcats, is your home for laser vision correction. Learn more at VanceThompsonVision.com. Did we get a signal on that?
It was, in fact, a 2.
Okay.
Referees took a look at it during the timeout here. Tyler Patterson had his foot on the line, so right call. It's 35-38.
So that was at that 19-minute mark. So the stat monitor had it right. The scoreboard did not, but got it all right in the end. Hard for us to see. We're most of the time getting screen when they're making that signal.
Yeah, there's no way we could see. For whatever reason, I I think it's because of who took it, right? Tyler, you just kind of assume it's going to be a three-point attempt.
But he was trying to take a three.
He definitely was.
It was his toe on the line.
Yeah.
But it's all right. So everything's good to go, and we are back to work. And so it's 38-35. They take a point off the scoreboard. 38-35, Riverside leading, 15:53 to go in the second, and Riverside has the basketball. Patterson can't even catch a break when you think he's got a three. His toes is on the line, or he hit one earlier that got wiped because of an illegal screen. It's some bad luck.
Yeah, but I like the fact he's 3 for 4 tonight, 1 for 2 from 3.
And Miller's got a steal up top. Miller moving from left to right, headed poked away but recovered to Patterson. Left corner three. Yes! Tyler Patterson heating up. That one's a three ball from the left corner. And this game is tied at 38.
Great play by Jed Miller to instigate the break, and Rob Thorne making the extra pass. And Patterson's got a little rhythm now. Got to see if he can get him a couple shots in quick succession.
Double team in the paint. Righty hook. That's too strong. Offensive rebound kicked out. Here's a topside three. Good from Nate Pickens. His 6th of the year.
Yeah, and second chance points been a killer. Bobcats have already given up double-digit offensive rebounds on the night.
Inside, Ford cuts to the rim and lays it in off the dive from Chika Nduka. That's great ball movement there. Ford into double figures, and that assist presented by Aware Mental Health Services.
Cats, too, switching it up defensively here. A little matchup zone, trying to catch Riverside and get him off balance.
Pass tipped. Ooh, Miller got a hand on it, but recovered again. Toss into the middle of that zone. Now a handoff underneath, and that layup is no good. The Bobcats have the rebound, and Ford with a big smile as he's the one who gets the stat.
Yeah, Ford's going to wrestle that away every chance he gets.
Ford, step back 2 ball. No good, and the rebound grabbed by Riverside. Highlanders with it to our left. Cats down by 1. Here's a long 2. That swirls out. Rebound tipped up. That's no good. And Nduka this time wins the rebound over Ford. Montana State with the ball down 1. Seesaw affair now. 3 ties, 2 lead changes. Bobcats, though, have only led for 30 seconds tonight. They're down by 1 right now. Patterson steps to his right, triggers a long 2. Yes! Tyler Patterson's feeling it now. Having a hot start of the second half. Cats in front, 42-41.
Yeah, he's just so much more in rhythm. You can just see him stepping up with confidence. It's 3 straight makes for Tyler Patterson.
And it started for him on the glass and defensively today. Work in the post, layup no, rebound tipped, and the Cats win it. Yeah, he started with some big-time energy early in this ball game, and that's part of the reason we now see him hit these threes. Patterson again, wide open left corner 3. Bring it up! That one fires up Logie in the entire place. Tyler Patterson blowing the roof off. He's got 15 and a timeout called by Riverside. Oh, we've seen these hot stretches from him before, and we've got another one from the man from Snoqualmie, Washington. Tyler Patterson 3 for 4 from downtown, and the Bobcats have a 45-41 lead. We'll take a break. Largest lead of the day for the Bobcats with 13 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the second. Montana State 45, Riverside 41. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
For every adventure and every mishap, Bozeman Health provides expert, personalized care to each person, going well beyond traditional health care. We're your partner in health and well-being, working together for your day-to-day and the decades to come. With care sites in Belgrade, Big Sky, and Bozeman, and with the only hospitals in the Gallatin Valley, Bozeman Health keeps your care close to home. Find a Bozeman Health provider today at bozemanhealth.org.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
Coming out of a Prime Lending timeout, Prime Lending home loans made simple. We're sitting at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, and Tyler Patterson getting hot. He's got 15 points. He's knocked down 3 threes. The Cats have their largest lead of the day, up 45-41 with 13 minutes, 18 seconds to go in the second half. Boy, that 3 by Patterson had Logie jumping out of his shoes. Now Montana State now on defense. Riverside moving from right to left. Good atmosphere, good crowd today. Beer garden over there was hopping during halftime. Things are good with the Bobcats up 4 for now, but a lot of time left with 13 minutes left in this game. Moses throws it over to the right wing. Gets it back. Bounce to the left corner. Riverside fighting this Bobcat defensive zone. Moses inside, tossed down to the right block, working underneath. Tough reverse layup, no good, and they call the foul on Patterson. He's going to say some contact underneath, displacing it with the hip. First foul on Patterson.
Good call. It's a no-brainer call. And the Bobcats switching up defense again. They played a little better matchup here in the second half. They jumped into 1-3-1 there. They've thrown a little press at them, so they kind of got the kitchen sink out of the bag, and everything's coming out for this second half run.
Caleb Smith going to the line. And that's kind of what I'm saying, like, this is a basketball junkies year, you know, as we figure it out, you feel it out. The first free throw is no good. And Logie's going to have to make a lot of adjustments and get things right. Oh, there we go. We got our smoothie delivery of the half. It's the Huckleberry one. Where'd you get the strawberry?
Strawberry lemonade, yeah.
All right, I like it. I like it. Mine's got the whipped cream on it.
Yeah, you got whipped cream. That's a big step.
First free throw is no good. The second is no good either. Smith misses them both. The Bobcats have the rebound. 12:45 to go in the second half. Cats up 45-41, trying to extend their largest lead of the evening. Induka, mid-post, jumper, that's up. A little short, and the rebound to Riverside. Take it out to the right wing. Hargrass bent over the bounce. Throws it up to the top. Back to the right wing, now down into the post. Caleb Smith throws it out to Hargrass on the right wing. Works his way down to the right block, tries a floater. No! Rebound tipped, and won by Riverside. That's just a height difference thing. Plenty of hustle there. Can't hustle height. Out from the right wing. Hand it off to the top, 8 to shoot. Moses to the paint, lost it. Tipped, forced to shoot, rolls out to the right wing. This 3 is up, that's no good, and they call the late foul on Induka as he did run over Hargrass.
I think it's going to go on Gorecki on the rebound underneath.
So second foul on Gorecki. I saw Induka run over the ball, the shooter, but they give it to Gorecki underneath. That will take us to a break. 11:56 to go in the ball game. Bobcats 45, Highlanders 41. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Bridger Brewing is home to award-winning locally crafted beer and pizza and is proud to support all things Bobcat sports. Open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, last beer served at 8 p.m. and located right across from the Brick Breeden Fieldhouse. Stop by after the game today to enjoy a cold pint of beer and a slice of made-from-scratch delicious pizza. Dine-in service and online ordering for takeout are both available. Check out BridgerBrewing.com and at Bridger Brewing on Instagram and Facebook. And stay tuned for updates on our newest adventure in Three Forks, Montana.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive five-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
This game is brought to you in part by the Montana State Fund, covering Montana's workers with workers' comp and safety know-how. Workplace safety, you're naked without it. More at safemt.com. We're at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 11 minutes, 56 seconds to go in the ball game, and the Bobcats opening up a 45-41 lead over Riverside. Brian, what are you seeing with the stats right now?
I think the biggest thing, again, is shooting percentages. The Bobcats have got Riverside all the way down to 36%. They're shooting 31% in the second half. Cats shooting 58% in the second half. And finally knocking down some threes. 3 for 5 here in the second frame. Big, big difference as the Bobcats are up 17-12.
Riverside basketball. Bobcats trying to get organized defensively. The inbounds pass coming from the baseline. Lobbed out to Smith out on the right wing. And they hand it off to Hargress. The redshirt freshman run to the point. Hargress gets down to the mid-post, lays it up with the left hand, and that's good. Boy, what a tough finish. Served that thing way outside of his body and then just triggered it off the window above the square. Montana State into the front court. Leading 45-43, 11.5 to play. Miller bounced to Nduka. That pass tipped, but the Bobcats recovered thanks to Ford's hustle. Ford over to Miller. And to Nduka, 8 to shoot. Inside, pass tipped, recovered, 6 to shoot. Patterson backing in 5. Patterson fall away Jay. That's way short. And the rebound grabbed by Riverside, but a foul is called, and the Bobcats get bailed out as Gristy picks up his first. That was an air ball, and Gristy gave a shove to Nduka, and that's what called the foul.
Yeah, and the foul resets the clock to 20. Cats got a big break right there. Up 2 now, keeping possession.
Owens into the game. Gristy off. Boy, they got a lot of size. That's 6'11", being replaced by 6'8". Miller into Ford. Thought about a 3. Now fires into the corner for Miller. To Nduka, still right side. Down to the baseline. Miller into the left corner. Garacki for 3. No. Rebound. Tipped down. The Cats win the offensive rebound. That went from Ford to Garacki. Now Miller steps in. That 15-footer is pure, and he comes down the floor, pumping his fist as Miller knocks down his first shot attempt of the day.
Another guy you'd like to see kind of get a rhythm going after the other night.
Smith into the lane, handoff underneath, and Miller called for a foul. Good hustle, but it was a foul. And Miller picks up his first. He was going up over somebody who was about 8 inches taller than trying to knock it away, but that's what you got to do.
Yeah, and Jed's played with great energy tonight. He's had a couple deflections. He's got a steal. Now he's got a jump shot. And again, when you're playing basically 7 guys, you've got to have everybody contribute in one way or another. It's not always going to be on the offensive end, but it's definitely got to be a contribution.
3 Bobcats into double figures now. Ford with 10. And an over the back. A long pass. The Cats were pressuring that inbounds and out at half court. It went into the backcourt, and that is going to be Bobcat basketball. But Ford with 10, Walker with 14, Patterson with 15 for Montana State in the scoring column.
Little things you're seeing from Riverside is just a team that two games in 2 nights at altitude. It's kind of seeing some mental mistakes, some fatigue, and the Cats throwing different looks at them, making that happen.
Walker turns, hooks, no, rebound, Riverside. Riverside did lose a decent amount from their 22-win team a year ago, trying to piece together some transfers, basically like everybody around the country. Down into the post, toss into the paint. Smith lays it up. That's no good. Garacki had the D. Ford the rebound. Ford pushes ahead to Miller on the right wing. Back to Ford behind the arc. Ford down to the baseline right side, weaves underneath the cup, shovel pass to Garacki on the left wing, steps to his left, lets it fly, and he got it. Brian Garacki off the assist by Robert Ford, and Brian Garacki pouring it in, his first 3 points. Cats up 7. Logie pumping up the crowd, waving his arms in the air. And it works. Now right wing 3, and that's good. A silencer that time on a flat-footed 3 by Caleb Smith. All those 3 sponsored by Wendy's, and that assist sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services. Garacki off a screen, tried it again, got it. Brian Garacki heating up. And a prime lending timeout called by Riverside. There we go. Now the 3s are falling. The lid has finally come off the cup. Montana State up 53-46 with 9:24 to go in the ball game. Good to see these shots falling.
Yeah, and we were talking about it pregame, right? Like, shooting is this weird, contagious thing. And Tyler Patterson gets off, That lets Jed get a shot off. Now all of a sudden Garaki's rolling. He just doesn't make any sense, but it's real.
Yeah.
If guys start making shots, other guys start making shots. And we saw it the other night when guys are missing shots, other guys are missing shots. So good to see. A lot of time to go here. 9:24 left in this one. But if the Bobcats can keep this rhythm and the balance offensively from inside and out, got to feel good about getting out of here with the dub.
Bobcat basketball is brought to you in part by Kendall Ford Lincoln of Bozeman, a proud sponsor of Montana State Athletics. From your seat at the game to your driver's seat, enjoy every minute when you're ready for something new. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great. Montana State 5 of 8 from the three-point line of the second half. And one of the things Coach Logie has been saying in the pregame interviews is, look, the averages are going to average out. That's what they do. And starting to a little bit now after really what was an abysmal game and a half from the three-point line.
Yeah, it really was. They're just really struggling. But 7-point lead here with 9 to go. It's where you want to be. Bobcats stay in their matchup zone.
Moses throws it around over to the right wing. Here's a drive. Pass down underneath. It's knocked free by Ford. Loose on the deck. Recovered by Riverside. Kick it out to the right wing. Moses into the corner. Throws it up to the top of the key. Around to the left wing with 5 to shoot. Hargrass penetrates. Block. Jed Miller with the deny. How about that?
Jed laughing the whole way up the floor. It's his first career block, I'll guarantee you, in a Bobcat uniform.
Miller throws it around to the right wing, and Garacki just has it taken right out of his hands. Just sloppy with the ball. Riverside the other way, passing underneath, and Patterson with the foul. Raking down on Teleridze. Second foul on Patterson.
That's a good play by Tyler. Don't give him anything easy here. You've built yourself a lead. Make him earn it. Make them do it at the free throw line.
Where they have struggled today, 3 of 5 from the stripe, 68% overall this year. Bobcat basketball presented in part by your locally owned McDonald's restaurants. Download the app and earn free food, order from anywhere, and even skip the line with convenient curbside pickup. First free throw is no good. Teleridze transferring over from Eastern Florida State College, second year here at Riverside. Second is up and through. So the foul works out. They split the pair, 53-47. Bobcats on top. 8:30 remaining in the ball game. Walker takes it up to the top of the key, has a calm dribble just inside the arc, and gives it to Ford. Righty bounce to the mid-post. Back to Walker. Dials up the free throw line. Jay. Got it. Brandon Walker putting it in. Second bucket of the second half. Yeah, he's got 16. 8:05 remaining in the game. Cats up 55-47. Moses throws it up to the top of the key. Hargrass into the paint. Handoff down low. And a foul. Garacki came in with a big rake. And Garacki has his third. That'll take us to a break. 7:58 remaining. Montana State has mounted the comeback. Can they stay on top? It's the Bobcats 55, the Highlanders 47 with 7:58 to go. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
For all you've been through lately, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana wants to make sure you are covered in care. From preventive cancer screenings to proper control of diabetes, high blood pressure and behavioral health management, to prenatal care and child immunizations, Blue Cross and Blue Shield is by your side, reminding you preventive care is imperative care. Stay on top of your health at bcbsmt.com. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana. Through it all.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana, a division of Healthcare Service Corporation, a mutual legal reserve company.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
The share it with a friend deal, even if that friend is yourself. Your McDonald's, your rules.
There are no wrong answers on the buy one, get one for $1 menu at McDonald's. Every day, you can mix and match juicy, crispy favorites like a McDouble, Bacon McDouble, McChicken, or Hot and Spicy McChicken. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Serving all your garage door needs, DoorTech is raising the door on quality. 7 minutes, 58 seconds to go in the ball game. Bobcats 55, Highlanders 47. We're at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. And Brian, the Bobcats switching up the defense here in the second half, and it has worked.
Yep, it has. They have held Riverside to 35% from the field. They've been able to force some turnovers and create some havoc. It just has got Riverside out of rhythm. Outside of Hargress's penetration, it's really got nothing going offensively. And on the other end, the Cats shooting 58%. They're 5 of 8 from 3. Feels like a millennium since they made 5 threes and a half. I know it hadn't been that long, but when you have a couple rough games from behind the arc, it sure feels aggravated when they start making them.
And, you know, you can see the lack of depth for the Bobcats. Riverside's played 11 guys. Bobcats have played 7. And they'll get reinforcements soon. Eddie Turner's got a big bandage over his nose, but he'll be back sooner rather than later. That'll certainly help for Montana State. But in the absence of that, Jed Miller's trying to earn a few more minutes, and he has tonight.
Yeah, made some good contributions both ends of the floor, knocked down a jump shot, and did some really good things defensively with getting his hands on balls. And Riverside's not helping themselves. Second half, they are just shooting now 1 for 5 from behind the charity stripe.
Kyle Owens is at the line and just missed the first, and the second is good. So he splits the pair, give him 2 for 6 from the line as a team in the second half. Montana State with the ball up 55-48, 7:52 to go in the ball game. Miller over to Patterson. Back to Miller on the right wing. Now to Walker. Pass down low, that got kicked. Bobcats will have the chance to reset.
Really nice play by Tattersall right there. He read himself being isolated on the wing and knew backdoor option was there and was able to get a foot on it to prevent the layup.
Gorecki inbounds to Ford out on the right wing, and the Cats set it up with a 7-point lead. And then a foul called on Riverside. That was Salaridze. Got tangled up with Patterson. Walker leading the way with 16 points. Patterson with 15. Ford with 10. Montana State 6 of 15 from 3, but 5 of 8 from beyond the arc in the second half. Montana State basketball.
Those threes are huge, man. If nothing else, it's a momentum giver.
Walker off balance hook shot. That never had a chance. No good. Riverside the rebound. Hargress into the front court. Throws to the left elbow. This jumper. That's no good. Miller grabs the rebound for Montana State. Miller with a head up and a casual cruise across the half-court line. Bounce to Walker. Takes it up to the top of the key. Spins to the right elbow. Throws back to Miller. Turns into the paint. Kicks it back out. Walker on the drive. Gets to the mid-post. Back and in. Spins. And, ooh, they called the offensive foul. That's going on Walker, his second. Walker doesn't complain. Taking a look at the replay here. Had him on skates.
That was a tough one right there. Definitely a 50-50 call that could have gone the Bobcats' way. Did not. Walker's only got 2, so it's not the end of the world, but it does give Riverside a possession that they otherwise didn't have.
Right. Walker really, he had his man on skates there. Into the post, bobbled, kick into the left corner. Now the other way, a left corner 3. That's no good from Riverside. Loose ball, fight for it on the ground, and everybody diving in. We got a jump ball. We'll stay here with Riverside.
Well, you can see how much the Bobcats have emphasized blocking out the last couple days. Now they're getting beat up pretty bad on the rebounding and giving up 13 offensive, but the effort's there. You see guys just absolutely laying wood, trying to knock people back, and I mean, they're giving up probably 3-4 inches per position all around the arc.
Right, and it's, they're giving up that many rebounds with this type of effort. There's not really much more they can do. Floater's up, no good, and Ford with contact. That's Ford's foul. His first. Free throws coming here for Riverside. And you kind of mentioned this even before game one. Rebounding's going to be an issue for Montana State, and all you can do is just work really, really hard on the glass.
Right, and you've got to find ways to just steal them and get better and everything else, and they're doing a little bit of that here tonight. Down 10 on the glass and down 10 on the offensive glass. That's the area you really want to clean up if you can find any way to do it.
First free throw is good. Sam Lekalot in for Garacki. Bobcats' leading rebounder is Robert Ford again. He's got 8 tonight. Patterson has 4. Garacki has 4. Next free throw. And that is good. Hargress knocks them both down. 5-point lead for Montana State. They've led by as much as 8. Ford races into the front court and draws contact. And that foul is on Salaridze, his third. Ford kind of ran right in front of the moving locomotive to draw that foul. Bobcat basketball underneath the cup. 6:36 to go in the game. Montana State up 55-50. Miller to inbound. Gives it to Nduka. Back to Miller. Coming around a screen. Pulls up the 17-footer. That's short. Rebound tipped and controlled by Riverside. Pushed ahead. Moses has it on the left wing. Up to Hargress at the top. Comes right around a screen and an illegal screen on Salaridze. And he just picked up his 4th.
And Salaridze had a good night last night against Green Bay. Offensively, he's done nothing tonight offensively, but he's actually probably been Riverside's best perimeter defender. So that's a pretty big foul, putting him at 4 and putting him on the bench with 6:20 to go.
Cats trying to pull this one out against one of the better teams out of the Big West. They've got another top Big West opponent on Sunday with Long Beach State coming into town. They already have a win over the Michigan Wolverines on their resume. Bounce pass up to the top for Lekalot. Takes it to the right wing. Still holding. Had it bobbled. Recovered now by Patterson. Bounce pass to the free throw line for Nduka. Hand off for Ford. Turns to the free throw line. Head of steam downhill. Pulls up. Gets rid of it to Lekalot. Right wing 3. That's no good. Missed it left. Rebound Riverside. Offense getting a little cool now the last couple of trips for Montana State.
Got to go back to getting in the paint, get inside. Right now, getting a little 3 happy again.
Funky pass out top, recovered by Riverside. Hargress on the drive, gets inside, lays it up, finishes with the right hand. Had a little hesitation in the air to get around Jed Miller. 3-point game, Cats in front with the ball. Need a bucket here.
Yeah, Cats have gone 3 minutes without scoring now. Can't have that in a close game.
Hand off for Patterson off a screen. Bounce back to Nduka on the right elbow. Bounce into Patterson, cutting to the rim, goes up, lays it, no, but it'll go to the line. Boy, really threaded the needle on that pass. And Tyler Patterson will head to the free throw line, looking to add to his 15 points tonight.
Yeah, I have no idea how that ball got through. Yeah. That was just threading the needle right there, literally. Patterson playing his heart out tonight. I don't think he or Ford have checked out of this ball game to date. And you could see Tyler, he's breathing a little bit heavy.
First free throw is good for Tyler Patterson. Not something he shoots a lot, really doesn't get to the line very often at all. That was his first free throw of the day.
I got to say, this might be one of the first games I remember, at least, that Tyler has taken 8 attempts, but only 4 from behind the arc. So he's had some balance to his game. He's got a couple backdoor cuts, a couple mid-range. It's good to see.
Next free throw is good. He hits them both. He's got 17 as a result. Montana State with the ball, back up 57-52. 5 minutes remaining. Riverside with the ball to our left. Pass down to the right baseline. Back out to the right wing for Moses. Skip pass into the left corner over the zone defense. Now a drive and a foul. Ford got in there before the shot. Oh, no, they're calling that
offensive.
An offensive foul.
Yeah, Ford drew the push off there. Don't know how much contact there actually was, but he sold it well. Sometimes that's all the official needs to see, and the home team gets a good whistle.
Cats have had some calls tonight. They're down 57, or excuse me, they're up 57-52 with 4:50 to go in the second half. Nduka hands it off at the top. Ford calls out the play. Crosses over, gives it to Nduka with a bounce just inside the arc. Nduka to the right elbow with the dribble into the paint. Throws it back out to Patterson, back to Nduka. Posts up right side, steps through, left hand up. That is no good, but he drew the foul. Ooh, that ball bounced down the rim a few times, took in the view, and decided to fall off. 4th foul on Jalen Martinez, and Nduka is going to the line. Oh, excuse me, it was his fifth, rather. Fifth on Jalen Martinez. He had just picked the one up on the other side.
Yeah, the UNLV transfer won't contribute the rest of the night. He's been a little bit of a defensive presence, not much on the offensive end thus far. Riverside seeing a little bit of foul trouble, which is interesting because as early this game felt like it was such a quick whistle and really tight. There's only been 28 fouls called all night from that, total.
Yeah, it was a quick start, and then it really slowed very, very quickly. And Duca at the line. The first free throw is no good. First miss of the night for the Bobcats. They're now 7 of 8. Get another opportunity here. It was his first free throw attempt of the season. 64% in his career at Portland. Next free throw is no good. He missed them both. 57-52. Montana State on top. 4:20 remaining. Can the Cats hang on at home? Up to the top. Pickens takes it to the wing. Goes back to the top. Over the right wing now. Moses. That three ball's no good. Offensive rebound back up. Good and one. Olabode going to the line and try to complete the three-point play. Second foul on 4. Interwest Moving and Storage is the official moving company of the MSU Bobcats.
Feels like the Bobcats have hit a little bit of a lull, a little bit of a wall. May have to do just with some conditioning. You're not playing very many guys. They look a little bit tired.
Free throw is good, and he completes the three-point play. 4:08 remaining, a 2-point lead for the Bobcats. They went behind by 9 early, battled back, and they built his lead as large as 8. Haven't given it up since then. Up 57-55 with the ball, under 4 to play in the ball game. Ford out on the left wing. Gives to Nduke. Bounce pass to Ford, into the lane. Missed indecision, lost it, dives down and grabs it. Into the paint, here's Lekalot. Bounce pass down to Nduka. Backing in, 2 to shoot, turns, hooks, too strong off the window. The Bobcats continue to struggle as Ford just caught an elbow there from Nate Pickens. No call, wow. Up to the top. Around the wing, over to the right side. Back to the left wing now. Bobcats have been without a field goal in the last 4:40. 8 to shoot for Riverside. Moses on the drive. Runner is up, off the glass, no. Ford wins the rebound. And now the Bobcats try to end a 5-minute scoring drought. Miller cools it down. 3 minutes remaining, Cats up 2. Bounce pass up the top. Duca into Ford, cut to the rim, and he lays it in. And that ends that 5-minute scoring drought, or field goal drought. And a beautiful pass by Nduka, and a timeout called by Riverside. Robert Ford with a dozen today off that Aware Mental Health Services assist from Chika Nduka. Boy, that was a beautiful, beautiful pass. And we will take a break. 2:53 remaining in the ball game. Can the Cats hang on? They're up 59-55 over Riverside. We're at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Bridger Brewing is home to award-winning locally crafted beer and pizza and is proud to support all things Bobcat sports. Open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, last beer served at 8 p.m. and located right across from the Brick Breeden Fieldhouse. Stop by after the game today to enjoy a cold pint of beer and a slice of made-from-scratch delicious pizza. Dine-in service and online ordering for takeout are both available. Check out BridgerBrewing.com and at Bridger Brewing on Instagram and Facebook. And stay tuned for updates on our newest adventure in Three Forks, Montana.
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
We're at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position where Montana State leads Riverside 59-55 with 2:53 to go in the ball game. In Montana, parenting is important to us. Figuring it out doesn't come easy. For the ParentingMontana.org podcast, we talk with experts about the challenges and joys of being in a parenting role. ParentingMontana.org, tools for your child's success. All right, Brian, here we go. Can the Bobcats put this thing away? Up 59-55 with 2:53 remaining against a very good Riverside Highlanders team.
Yeah, I think right now it's really going to come down to what they do rebounding the ball and on offense. I think they got to keep the foot on the gas without being silly, but I think they're still going to need to score 6 to 10 more to pull away and finish this off. You see Riverside's been pretty effective, but they've kept Moses quiet here in the second half. That's been huge. And that's left Hargrass to be kind of everything for them on the offensive end.
Bobcats go with Miller, Ford, Garacki, Patterson, and Lecolot right now. Riverside with a basketball. Hargrass into the lane, kicks it back out to the right wing. Salaridze, nowhere to go, back up to the top. Around to the left wing for Moses with 10 to shoot. Moses to the left, still beyond the arc. Around the perimeter, 5 to shoot. Penetration to the free throw line. That jumper is short. Rebound tip. Won by Riverside. They get another opportunity. Moses into the left corner. Here's a three. Good. Salaridze converts his first field goal of the day after he put up a season-high 14 points yesterday. We got a one-point game. Cats on top.
Yeah, offensive rebound again. The Bobcats had the stop, just couldn't finish it.
Lecolot into the paint, steps through, lays it up. No, but draws the foul as he got tangled up underneath. And Lecolot gets to go to the line. A foul on Ben Christie. You know, that offensive rebound's a good example. There were people in there, just Riverside's taller.
Yeah, in that case, though, I thought there was a block out that got missed that allowed the deflection, and the deflection then is what allowed Riverside to come with the ball. Sam's got to come through here at the free throw line, give the Bobcats a little bit of a two-possession lead, or almost a two-possession lead.
First free throw is good. That's the first point for Sam Lecolot today. He's been averaging 4 a game. He also came in leading the team in assists with 10 total.
It's part of the system. You got your bigs that are out there around the elbows facing, making good decisions on backdoor cuts and things like that. Sam's got a good basketball IQ that way.
Second free throw is no good, so it's a 2-point lead. Today it's Ford leading the way with 5 assists. He didn't have any on Monday night, but that was more because shots just weren't falling, and he was getting it into shot makers' hands. Riverside with the ball to our left, 1:50 remaining. Here's a left wing three. Good, way deep from the left wing by Isaiah Moses. His second field goal of the second half, and Riverside takes a 1-point lead up 61-60 with 99 seconds left. Ooh, can score for Montana State. Offense has gone quiet late. Lecolot hands it off for Patterson on the right wing. Patterson to the right, pulls up, right wing three. Ring it up. Tyler Patterson, clutch from downtown. Cats up 2. A 20-point game for Tyler Patterson. Bobcats up 63-61. 1:10 remaining. Around to the right wing. Hargrass working out Garacki. Back to Moses, who just hit a big-time 3. Steps to his left, closed out by Ford. Pass up top, stolen. Miller can't control it. Garacki does. He's in transition, going to the rack. Lays it, no, but he draws the foul. Miller tipped it. Riverside nearly got it back. Garacki had the steal, and with a head of steam to the rack, draws the foul on Isaiah Moses, and he'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 2-possession game with 53 seconds left.
Jed Miller made the play right there. That little fingernail deflection, just enough to disrupt the rhythm and create the turnover, and then give Brian a chance here. Garacki with the chance to put the Bobcats, like you said, up two possessions.
First free throw is good. All 7 of Garaki's points in the second half. His Point Loma career, he was a 76% free throw shooter. Next one is good. He hits them both. And a Prime Lending timeout called by the Bobcats. Prime Lending, home loans, made simple. Well, a beautiful Wednesday crowd. The Bobcats have a 65-61 lead with 53 and a half seconds to go, and the defense helps marking Montana State, getting them to the line. And Brian, they haven't made a lot of field goals down the stretch here, but they found a way to get to the line. They've been able to do some damage.
Yeah, in the last 7 minutes, they've got 1 field goal. It was that last 3 by Tyler. Bobcats still are finding a way. They're scrapping and clawing and doing everything humanly possible to get ahead. This big possession right here, if you can man your defensive assignments and then get a miss, find a way to get the defensive rebound, now you got a chance to kind of start to separate and put this game in the bag.
20-point game for Tyler Patterson today. Impressive stuff to this point. Last year he had a season high of 17 points, and he had a 22-point game in November of 21 at Incarnate Word. So the 22 points are his career high, so he's just 2 points off of that. And he's been doing it in a different way today, and 20 of those 22 points, 18 of those 20 points are in the second half.
Yeah, and that's been the difference. He found a rhythm. You know, he made that one jump shot that was foot on the line jump shot. Now he's backed that up with another set of threes. He's got 4 threes in the second half. I mean, he's just really got things going, and so happy for him. It's been a challenge for him early on in this season going, but hopefully this is the spark that kind of lights him up and gets him rolling going forward.
We've seen hot stretches from him before. Can he extend it? Cats up 65-61. Riverside with the ball, 45 seconds left. Hargress drives, hesitates in the air, and he finishes with a left hand. Wow, that was a masterful finish. 2-point lead for Montana State. Garacki trapped in the backcourt. That pass tipped and stolen. Now it's loose again, and Garacki gets the timeout in. So it was stolen away. Riverside had it. Miller got a hand on it, and then Garacki dove on the loose ball and calls the timeout as he was laying on it.
Boy, and here's where you really miss Eddie Turner, you know, having that second point guard in there, late game situation for ball handling purposes.
Intermountain Health, formerly known as SCL Health in Big Sky Country, is proud to be an official health partner of Montana State Athletics. All right, so the Bobcats called the timeout with the ball. 36.2 seconds left in the ball game. They're up 65-63. They'll have to go length of floor. And a nice job by Garacki on that play, too, to not let his forearms drift over that baseline either.
Yeah, really good court awareness there, and then just yells timeout really quickly to the official on the baseline, and is able to get it. They did miss. They inadvertently reset the shot clock, so they're going to have to figure out what that looks like going forward. Bobcats get a little bit more time to plan this inbound sequence.
And so they're going to say Riverside never did have possession there after that thing was tipped? Yeah, okay. So that's what they're looking at right now. Bridger Brewing is home to award-winning locally crafted beer and pizza. Bridger Brewing, cheers to every adventure being better than the last. So they are reviewing the shot clock right now. 36 seconds left. Montana State up 65-63. And you can all but put a dagger in it if you can get one more bucket. Still plenty of time for weird things to happen, but 2 possessions going to feel okay at this point, depending.
Yeah, and depending on what this shot clock gets reset to will depend whether or not Riverside makes a decision to foul or if they allow the Bobcats to play the possession out and try and get a stop. I'd kind of lean toward fouling, but if you can let them play it out, it'd sure be better.
All right, they've got their decision, and they move the shot clock to 23 seconds. Bobcat fans getting heated up by Guns N' Roses on the video board, as you're supposed to. And Montana State trying to close this thing out. Up 65-63. Tyler Patterson's had some clutch buckets, 20 points tonight. Robert Ford flirting with a triple-double, well, 5 assists, but gets close. 12, 9, and 5 tonight. Tyler Patterson will inbound, and the Cats go the length of the floor here, up 65-63. Patterson inbounding. Throws into Ford on the right sideline. Trap comes, dribbles backwards, still has the handles, and he draws the foul. They were not trying to foul. Salaridze just picked up his 5th, And that will get Montana State to the line with 32 seconds left, up 65-63.
And even though the foul's inadvertent there a little bit on Riverside, I still think it's probably the right thing. A 13-second differential is not much, and if the Bobcats were to score, game over with only 13 seconds left.
Cats with 6 Wendy's three-pointers today, 6 of the in the second half, 7 total, so 6 of the 7 in the second half. 13 assists, sponsored by Aware Mental Health Services. That's 13 assists on 24 field goals, but again, in the second half, a much better ratio, 9 assists on 13 field goal makes. Ford hits the first. 77% from the stripe so far this year. Knocks down the first of 2. 3-point game, trying to make it 4. He does, and Ford stays perfect from the stripe, 6 of 6 tonight. Bobcats 67, Highlanders 63, 32 seconds remaining in the ball game. Riverside from right to left in the white unis tonight. Argress down low, pulls up the baseline, nowhere to go, picked up his dribble, Lecolot pestering D, we got a whistle. Oh, they're calling a foul on Lecolot. He got into the cylinder. That's the right call.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sam just kept trying to body him. He had him in jail, didn't need to do anything, but by fouling him, stopped the clock.
Yeah, that's the right call. I mean, that is, you can't get into that verticality. You can't get over the top of them like that. So a timeout called by Riverside. Duca checking in. Bobcats 67, Highlanders 63, 19.9 left. Well, Ryan, this season's been anything but boring to this point. Pretty much every game outside, obviously, the Northwest Indian College game has been down to the wire, has been exciting, has been tough, and you've needed every ounce of effort, energy, and skill.
Yeah, without question. And the one thing about that foul is it will be a one-on-one situation for Hargress, so it's not a very, given thing. If you can get a break and you can miss one, especially if you miss that first one, keep your 2-possession lead. The Bobcats also have got to have their inbounds possession ready. They have no timeouts left, either team. So this last 19.9 is just going to be playing. There is going to be no more hanging out and us talking. This is going to be action the rest of the way. Cats got to get it in, handle the ball well, take the foul, make your free throws. You're kind of in the position, if you can make your free throws, you can kind of keep your hand on your little brother's forehead and find a way to get out of here.
Well, before we do, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Bobcat Basketball. So they will actually inbound this. Bobcats trying to trap it down to the left baseline, kick back out to the top. Hargress working inside, goes up, lays it. Good around Lecolot with 11 seconds left. Bobcat basketball up 67-65. 11.4 remaining in the game. Montana State up 2. The count starts. Lecolot picks it up on 2. Lecolot's got to go. Gets it into Ford. Down the right sideline with 10 seconds left. Ford to the right wing with 8. And they finally draw the foul with 8 seconds left in the game. The Cats up 67-65. Man, oh man.
So they must have effectively awarded the timeout before the call of the foul on the verticality. And so
yep, that's exactly what happened.
Sam didn't get hit with the foul. Unfortunate for the Cats, they're able to avoid that, which burned a little clock, and now Rob Ford with a chance to get us back up 4.
And the free throw is short. Still a chance to make it a 3-point game with 8 seconds left. First miss of the day for Ford. Now 6 of 7. Ford came in 10 of 13 from the free throw line. Need one more here. That is good. No more timeouts left on either side. Cats up by 3 with 8 seconds left. Riverside going from right to left. They inbound it. Argress down the left sideline. 5 to the left wing, 4, and the foul by Miller.
Good foul by Miller. Obviously called from the sideline, but made sure he couldn't get into his shooting motion. Burned 3.5, 4 seconds off the clock, and now sending the line for 1-on-1. Challenge here for Montana State, honestly. There's so little that they got to make sure they come away with this rebound if Riverside chooses to intentionally miss the second free throw.
All right, so 1-1. Barrington Hargress at the line. Riverside down 3 and 4.5 seconds left. The front end, no good. Tipped out. Lekalot grabs the rebound and draws the foul. Sam Lekalot grabs the board and will go to the line trying to put the dagger in this one.
Unbelievable. Just need one on this end. Sam's got 2 looks at it, and that'll be that.
Wow. What a gutsy performance by Montana State today. Choppy start. Offense got red hot in the second half. Cats erased an early 9-point lead. They built up an 8-point lead in the second half, gave that up, and then found a way to get it done even as the offense cooled late. All right, Lekalot at the line. Good. 4-point lead with 3 seconds left. The next one is up. No good. 4-point game with 3 seconds left. Just don't foul. Riverside takes it to the front court. Put it up. Good. Ball game over. Cats win it by 1. Wow. What a win for Montana State. They win it 69-68. And they're going to take a look at it, but it's going to be academic.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cats just got out of the way.
Yeah, the only thing that they'll be looking at is if the horn did not go off. Yeah, the horn went off before the ball went through the rim, so game's over. Cats will win. That's a big, big win for Montana State.
This one was hard fought. We'll go to our break once we get the signal from the officials, but this one's going to be good. They're already getting into the handshake line. And boy, what a gritty performance by the shorthanded Bobcats, putting 3 players in double figures. Tyler Patterson with 20 and some clutch buckets. Brandon Walker had 16, Robert Ford had 15, and the Cats hit major free throws down the stretch. They go 74% overall from the free throw line. And the Bobcats get the win, winning it 69-68 tonight over Riverside, who was second or third place in the Big West last season. So Montana State goes to 3-2. Here's the signal. It was good, but it doesn't matter. Cats win it by 1. They lost by 1 in overtime on Monday, and they bounce back and get the 1-point win today in front of a great crowd tonight. Brian, this was a very, very impressive win.
Yeah, big win. And this is the win that this team needed with the injuries and with the challenges that they've been facing. They needed something to just get your mojo back a little bit. Hopefully this was the moment that we'll look back on in a few weeks and say that was a really, really big moment.
Cats go to 3-2. Riverside falls to 2-4. We'll take a break. Bobcats win it 69-68 over Riverside. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
All right, team, bring it in. We have 5 minutes left on the clock. We got to show them what we're made of. Woohoo, yeah! We need to focus. Every save counts, especially when it comes to fill-ups at Conoco.
What? Coach?
We're going to go back out there and save money when we fill up with the Fuel Forward app. So anytime from this day forward, whenever we're at a Conoco, we're going to use that app. Bring it in. Conoco on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Conoco! Let's go, Cats. Download the Fuel Forward app and save with every fill-up at Conoco. Proud sponsor of the Montana State Bobcats.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com for everything you need to cheer on your Bobcats. Universal Athletic, a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Go Cats!
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids. And adults can also be kids. And new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby, top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
The share it with a friend deal. Even if that friend is yourself. Your McDonald's, your rules.
There are no wrong answers on the buy one, get one for $1 menu at McDonald's. Every day you can mix and match juicy, crispy favorites like a McDouble, Bacon McDouble, McChicken, or Hot and Spicy McChicken. Prices and participation may vary, cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Bobcat Basketball has been brought to you by Bridger Brewing. Cheers to every journey being better than the last. Door Tech, raising the door on quality. Montana State University, mountains and mines. And by Prime Lending, home loans made simple. Equal housing lender. Live from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth. This is Bobcat Postgame.
Montana State winning it today, 69-68 over Riverside as we get into the Ribbon Chop House post-game show today. Ribbon Chop House, home of premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs, all served in a casual atmosphere. All right, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Bobcat Basketball.
AM 1450 KMMS, Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
I'm Keaton Glogly alongside Brian Priebe on the Ribbon Chop House post-game show. The Cats winning at 69-68. And, boy, Brian, I mean, this is a heck of a coaching job in this game. Just within this game itself, we saw different defenses, we saw different lineups, and we saw guys bounce back after a tough performance on Monday, albeit a one-point loss. But these guys came out with heart, hustle, energy on the glass defensively, and guys who struggled on Monday hit shots tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you know, what a difference 2 days makes. And when you make shots, everything gets a lot easier. You just have margin for error, you know, and on Monday there was just no margin for error, and ultimately you lose by one. Tonight, you know, you didn't play perfect. You had some turnovers, you missed some free throws, but at the end of the day, making some shots gives you room to say, okay, well, we can still come out on top.
Montana's Ribbon Chop House has been serving Rocky Mountain communities for over 20 years. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. We hope you'll be our guest at one of our Montana locations soon. Bobcats win it 69-68 over the Highlanders today. Very impressive win. We're going to get Coach Logie here in just a second. Some of the numbers, Cats, 48% from the field. 7 of 17 from 3, 41% there. 14 of 19 from the free throw line, 74% at the stripe. Riverside, 42% from the field, 45% from 3, 10 of 22. 62% from the free throw line, 8 of 13. Patterson had 20 points, 4 rebounds. Walker at 16 tonight. Robert Ford had 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. Brian Garacki had 8. Duca had 6. Lekalot had 2. Jed Miller had 2. Cats were down by 9 early, and then they had an 8-point lead in the second half, and they get the 1-point win. I'm Keaton Glogly alongside Brian Priebe and head coach Matt Logie joining us now. Boy, Coach, congrats on the win. You were pretty fired up there after that Patterson 3 on the right wing. Tell me about some of the emotion of this game today.
I just believe in these kids, man. They've been fighting like for 7 months, you know, and we saw the work they put in all summer, and you know the percentages are going to play out. And I know it's hard to watch when they're not going down, but I trust these kids. I love them, and it balanced itself out tonight. I was really happy for Tyler to have the game that he had tonight. We had a lot of guys step up. Chika and Duca was awesome. Jed Miller had a terrific spurt for us, plus 14 in his minutes. So just a huge credit. You know, I told him in the locker room, we don't have what we had earlier this year, but we have enough. and we got better tonight.
That's fantastic, Coach. I thought one of the biggest differences between tonight and Monday was just the balance offensively inside out. On Monday, 35 of 60 shots are from three. Tonight, you moved that down to 17 of 50. Obviously, I assume that was intentional. What were your thoughts? What was the plan coming in?
Well, some of those shots were, we have to shoot type shots in the last game. And we really emphasized trusting our concepts, being committed to, the way we want to play, and then letting the ball find a good to great shot. And so, we knew we had to play more inside out, and Brandon gave us a great boost in the first half, establishing that. I thought our guys cut much better. We had a number of layups, on cutting. So there's a lot of ways you can score in the paint, and we did it a variety of ways tonight, and that's credit to the guys for being coachable.
Yeah, and then defensively, you threw the kitchen sink at them. I mean, they saw, I don't know, if you got more defenses up your sleeve, you got a lot of defenses in your arsenal, but you threw a lot at them, and it seemed like that, they got off balance at times just because they weren't sure kind of what you were doing.
Yeah, they're a very well-disciplined team. They're very well coached. They're very well organized. They know their reads. They know their looks. And so, we knew going in that if we were playing their way, that they have more reps at that than we do. And so, our guys did a good job of executing the mixed bag. And, I do have a few more defenses up our sleeve. So it takes what it takes. We'll do whatever we need to try to win.
Yeah, you got to put your guys in that best position. I do want to go back to Tyler. Had a really rough game the other night, and some of those shots, like you said, were just late shot clock things where you got to make a play. But tonight, 7 for 9, 4 for 5. I thought, I've seen Tyler play for 3 years, and I felt like tonight he was just taking what the defense gave him. He took the back door when it was there. He took the mid-range when it was there. He took the open three when it was there.
Yeah, and I think the thing I was, even more proud than the shots going in, because we expect that from Tyler, is just the higher degree of physicality and toughness he played with. He got in the mix on things. He got some loose balls, and obviously we are wounded right now. We need everybody to step up and sometimes do things that they might not necessarily have done a lot of in the past.
Coach, congrats on the win. That was a gritty effort and a great atmosphere tonight. We get to see you again on Sunday.
Thanks. Go Cats.
All right. That was head coach Matt Logie. We're taking a break on the Ribbon Chop House post-game show. Bobcats win it 69-68 over Riverside. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you.